All right, let's see this fucking crap. If the Raspberry Racers lose, I quit life.
They are here.
Yeah.
The Marble League 2020 is set to begin. But first, we need to find out who will be competing. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the qualifiers of Marble League 2020, presented by Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. I'm Greg Woods. We've seen the showdown determine which teams that did not qualify for the previous Marble League are going to try to compete in this one. Those who are not going to be with us today, Shining Swarm, the Cobalts, Turtle Sliders, and the Limers. They did not qualify for this qualifier.
Get
by
fucked,
way
Limers.
Of the showdown, but the Snowballs,
Where's my
the
Raspberry
Hornets,
Racers?
Rojo Rollers, Team Primary, the Jawbreakers, and more.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Slow that down. Hello? Where's my team? Oh, they auto-qualified. Oh,
Rojo
so they're...
Rollers, Team
Okay.
Primary, the Jawbreakers, and more did, and we'll see who among them will be able to make it into the big show. Through their results last year and by hosting, those already qualified are the Raspberry Racers, the Green Ducks, the Hazers, and of course, our hosts, Team Galactic.
There it is, baby.
A 4-event qualifier will determine who makes it to the big leagues.
Pick your team.
The Chocolatiers.
And you
First
cannot
in
swap
balancing.
teams. Oh.
You have to try to make it all the way to the end, and they almost had one get there, but came up just short. It is a cumulative event. You saw the Marble League record, and a 295 is where we start things off.
Pretty good distance.
All
Pretty
the
good.
way to the end, you get extra points, but for everyone that you lose early on, and the rest have to do better. Oceanics keeping 2 on. They get 1 all the way to the end.
My God.
And that will put them into the lead for now. Boy, they nearly had 2 finishers. The Oceanics desperately trying to better their last outing. We don't have to go into excruciating detail about what happened as the hosts.
The Jawbreakers.
The Jawbreakers looking to make it. Oh, they already lose 3. Will they recover? Almost getting 1. Just danced off to the left at the end of that green catch tray. Crowd really behind the Jawbreakers, hoping that they can make
Does that
it
count?
in because they've been denied.
Looks like it counts as a 120.
Last several Marble Leagues, they did not qualify. Thunderbolts are going to have 2 finishers. They went to opposite sides of the beam, but stayed on it. Talk about working together here. A fairly close bunch, but not getting in each other's way.
That was
At least
intense.
of these final 2. I have to think that bodes pretty well for a team that finished 3rd back in the Marble League in 2016. Snowballs. Next up.
Nah.
They had
They made 1.
3 going until the 2 of them suddenly bumped into each other and jolted to the left.
I played Gunfire Reborn, but I'm not playing it today.
Snowballs do
I
get
don't
1
think. Thank
finisher,
you, Cold Ice.
however. And it's a 344. They did not qualify in 2019. And they're hoping to be back in this one after winning the showdown. Indigo Stars are another one.
Oh, that's...
Fans would love to see
that
in there.
was
They will
sad.
have no finishers, though. What will the total be? 270. Not a good showing for Indigo Stars. But remember, 3 events in total. The Midnight Wisps are winners of the Marble League in 2018. And what happened there? Did they actually stop each other from finishing? No, they didn't. Okay, I thought maybe one of them bounded over the other.
Oh, so when it makes it, it gets
311
130. It gets plus 10. I
puts
see.
them in the upper half of the standings thus far. Now, Mellow Yellow, statistically
God.
one of the strongest teams in Marble League history.
Oh my God.
And they show it here. 2 finishers.
Fuck.
Mellow Yellow finishing in the top 5 in 3 of the 4 Marble Leagues in which they have competed. And they put up a 353 here. And that is a fine
So my
total.
main team's already qualified, but if I have to go for a team, I'm going to go for the
Momo,
Wisps.
best finish of 4th in the very first Marble
I think
League
I
in
like
which
the
they
Wisps.
competed back in 2016.
That's my
But
team in
My goodness,
this.
it's been up and down since then, and prior to the end of the ramp here, it's all down. Look at 1 dropped off prior to 20. Just a 240. for
You
Team
only
Lola.
get one. Well, I'm just a team I'm going for. My team's already
In the
qualified.
upper
They're not
deck,
even
but
participating
not
in this.
the upper part of the standings.
They're
by
too
far.
damn good for
the
it.
Hornets. Another interesting
Oh!
story to get here, and a great finish with 2 making it all the way to the end. The Hornets second in the showdown. And how did they do it? A diamond right off the gate en route to a 350. That is great teamwork.
A lot of teams are making 2,
The
and
black
I'm
and gold
surprised.
with a strong showing.
Oh, let me scooch. Let me scooch.
Up top, however, it is mellow yellow so far, just 2 ahead
Hold on.
of the 350.
Let me stop that. Let me look at this so I can kind of get an idea of who's competing here. Because I don't know if I want to be with the Wisps. I think I do, though. Fuck, dude, Pinkies. Lamau. Oh, the Speeders, man. Fuck, I got to pick between the Wisps and the Speeders. I don't know who I prefer. Pick your team, man. And you better not fucking bounce off of it. You are stuck with it. That's how it works. All right, I'm gonna double down. I'm gonna stick with the Wisps. You just go based off of looks and the name. I like the Wisps because I like fantasy and shit. That's who I'm going for in this. All right, here we go.
So far, just 2 ahead of the 351 from the Thunderbolts. How about the Rojo Rollers? Can we get them into the show this time? Not going to happen looking like that.
That sucks.
208. Oof. The Rojo Rollers have not qualified for a single Marble League. Balls of Chaos now with 2 staying true.
Fuck.
And Balls of Chaos will net 260 from them. Where did those first 2 marbles drop off? That's a 324. Not too shabby.
Pretty impressive.
Still, you got to be in that 350 range really to compete for the podium here. And they did not do it. The O-Rangers.
Ah, fuck off. I don't
Always
care
a
about these
fan
people.
favorite, but it's going all wrong for the first 3. A slight recovery by netting 130 and a finisher.
Yeah, that's just bad for those first 3 right there.
2017 Marble League. They're going to have to play catch-up from here after dropping off all 3 before they got past 50. A lowly 244 in balancing for the O-Rangers. Team Primary.
We're watching
They've
the
got 3
2020
staying
Olympics.
on. 1 to the end. Better than nothing.
Is that Team Primary?
But Team Primary.
Yeah.
Another one that did not qualify in 2019, but finished 4th in the showdown. And they'll net a 308 in balancing. The Minty Maniacs. Coming
I've
out
never
of
seen these people.
retirement. Can they make it back? Will they have 2 finishers?
Oh,
Well, the answer to the second
Goddamn.
question is yes. Will they make it back overall? Who knows? 347. You may remember they withdrew from the qualifiers in 2019. Had to come via the showdown to get here. Now the Savage Speeders.
oh, these guys are good. They're always
Speed
good.
isn't always key, but in this case, speed and straightness gets 2 to the end.
Something about these
and the
marbles.
Savage Speeders
They're just
have
really
a
talented.
372.
They always win. It's brutal.
Savage Speeders have never finished
Okay.
outside
Pinkies.
of the top 5
suck.
in any
They're
Marble League.
just
How about
bad.
the Pinkies here? They're going to make 1 to the end, but that was a quick drop-off for the trio prior.
Yeah, that's embarrassing. Pinkies fucking struggle with everything.
Just a 258. Not where they wanted to be.
Unlucky.
Jungle Jumpers queued up now. Newcomers
shit.
a few years ago, and they've established themselves well in the Marble League. They will have 1 finisher here. And they did get 1 past, I think, 70 or 75 thereabouts. Let's see what happened here. A 272.
Not the best. Better than the Pinkies.
Boy, that is about as straight as you can get right on that center line.
Cat's eyes
Crazy
are good.
Cat's Eyes now.
Cat's eyes always do
Look
well.
at this. All 4 of them were on past
Ooh,
70.
That might be best.
They only get 1 finisher, but it's still going to be a great haul. A
407.
407. Crazy
Cat's
Cat's
man.
Eyes.
Fuck.
Hello,
I never seen these people,
the
but
Bumblebees. Ooh,
oh
for a little
my
bit.
god,
I thought they
that's
were
a winner.
maybe going to have 3 finishers. But a good team effort, giving each other space as they worked down the balance beam. Not so much cheers as hearty applause for the Bumblebees. Oh, look at that. One short of Crazy Cat's Eye. 407 to the Bumblebees, 406.
All right, let's look at the scores here.
And that's where we
How we
sit.
Dang. Cat's Eye's won by 1. Let me move. Sorry. I'm in the way. Where's my wisps? Fuck. We suck. Or my team blows. 11th? God damn it. All right, let's move on.
At the end of balancing. Crazy Cat's Eyes gets the win in the first event of the qualifiers. 25 points to them. Bumblebees and the Savage Speeders come in second and third. Goal here, though, of course, you got to stay off the bottom as we head into the second event. Barely any time to breathe, but you know what? That's part of the design. They throw you into this gauntlet, and if you can make it through here,
oh shit,
then you're more likely to make it through the actual Marble League. Into the funnels. I see these top orange ones giving way to giant green funnels that
isn't it you don't want to go down?
Strategy.
You want to stay up as long as you can, if I remember correctly.
3 in the bottom here. The Thunderbolts are among them, but Minty Maniacs are also fighting down there.
First one down is the first loser.
First ones to enter the green will be the Minty Maniacs.
Oh shit. Are the wisps in here?
The wide angles that they're taking. And once you get more marbles on here, it becomes almost a figure-8 style of racing where you never know if there's going to be a big collision in the middle. How will that work out for everybody?
I think the wisps are up top.
Ooh, Midnight Wisps nearly fall on through.
No, wait, that's them.
Instead, it will be the Rojo Rollers.
No.
Is that Team Momo
Survive!
Up top? Look at the big grouping of marbles just inching their way around the opening up there. Meanwhile, speed's picking up, and we already have 2 marbles down into the third-to-last funnel.
Let's go, Bumblebees, clap, clap, clap.
Past the 1-minute mark.
Oh, God, who the fuck is that up there?
It may not seem like a terribly long time, but when you're actually in the funnels, they will tell you it seems like an eternity. Look at the O'Rangers really taking their time in second place.
Come on, wisps. Oh, fuck. Oh,
now
God.
Just slows to a crawl.
Am I going to get last?
Almost single file.
No. Survive, motherfucker.
1 funnel lead for Momo. Ready to enter the final funnel now.
Oh, shit.
Balls of Chaos, I believe, is the first one down there. Thunderbolts next.
Wisps are third.
Look at the big lead that's coming here. We're going to have our first finishers any moment. Meanwhile, up top, Rojo Rollers and Minty Maniacs also positioning themselves well.
Yes, not last.
Coming down through.
Don't do
Balls
it!
of Chaos. Next up, Midnight Wisps.
Fuck!
And now, is everybody in the final funnel? No, not yet. My goodness. Making things work out pretty well. The O'Rangers are still on a very wide arc. We're getting down to our final 3. Here we go. Thunderbolts.
Not
take
the
third.
O'Rangers.
It looks like O'Rangers. Boys for second, but what does the new entrant down into the final funnel do? Nothing really. O'Rangers will drop on through and finish second, but a great job, really from start to finish by Mo. Maybe sending a message to the rest of the field and the Team Momo faithful. This is just showing off at this point. Past 2.5 minutes of funnel craziness.
Damn. That's
an 18-second win.
That's
that is
annoying.
Tremendous for Team Momo. They would love to have a great finish in the qualifiers and ease their way in.
All right,
next
we've got
one in the heat.
Okay.
You can see the individual marbles here really jostle for position, and sometimes they find themselves plunging through the first couple of funnels as quick as can be. Ramble from the Bumblebees.
Bumblebees are getting fucked on.
You want to try to hold on as long as you can, and who's that up top? I think that's Pinky Rosa from the Pinkies, doing a great job battling with several up top there, as we also see the ball bearing get released for cleanup duties.
Get the Pinkies out of here.
Oceanics was doing a good job of holding on to first place, now circling around with Yellow from Mellow Yellow. Into the green funnels already, and 2 have entered the second among them. With a sharp angle there, and all of a sudden whipping out of control is Candy from the Jawbreakers, who will drop on through, and Leap from the Jungle Jumpers has fallen off the track. The Jungle Jumpers are out of this race. Medics are working their way over to, you can see on the bottom of the screen down there to Leap. Meanwhile, up top, we've still got a good race going. think
The
that's
Jungle Jumpers
Cyan
jumped
Eye
out.
and Anarchy from Crazy Cat's Eyes and Balls of Chaos, respectively. Everybody taking their time. We're hearing that Leap having only minor injuries, but it took a little while for the professionals to get out there. As we look back down below, Bramble, the first to enter the last funnel, followed closely by the Pinkies. Looks like Yellow will also get in on the action.
Pinkies are so bad. I don't know how they fuck up so much.
And look at up top here.
You'd think they'd
A
have their
big
weaknesses
grouping.
and their
We just
strengths,
gotta
but
cut
they
off
just
there
don't have
to
strengths.
see who is in the lead, but
No
watch
way
them
they
there
get-
just to the right of that
Oh
inset.
my god, they actually got last.
Finishing in last. And it will be the Pinkies. And now we've got a good battle up there in the penultimate funnel. Whipping around back and forth, we have another finisher down below. There are the Bumblebees. 6 marbles in the last funnel. Trying to vie for position. Who's going to drop on through first? We'll be very careful there. And it'll be Cyan Eye. Oh, and here they're all coming all at once, circling around, falling on through. That means that Anarchy from Balls of Chaos will win the heat. But look at the time, interestingly, not past 2:30. That was the mark to beat in Heat 1.
Anarchy won.
So the Jungle Jumpers and the Pinkies finished last. Now Yellow, Bumblebees, Crazy Cat's Eyes, Chocolatiers. Oh, there you can see when Leap went
Actually,
flying off. We'll get 2 consolation points. They're going to call it a track
the
defect.
Pinkies didn't get last.
That launched Leap off.
Forgot about the
Actually,
Jungle
very
Jumpers.
Scary moment there. But there you can see the overall standings. The win to Team
I got
Momo.
15th, man.
Rangers picking up 18 points in second place. And then it's the Jawbreakers. But up top, Crazy Cat's Eyes lead 36-32 over the Speeders. Next up, in the qualifiers, another team event rather than individuals.
Oh, here we go.
It's block pushing.
Whoop their
Mellow
ass.
Yellow versus
Whoop
the
their
Midnight
ass,
Wisps.
Wisps. Come on.
Mellow
Whoop their
Yellow
ass.
getting a little bit
Ow!
strung out. And that sees them drop this heat. Oh, man, look at the launch there.
And then the double.
Really coming out
Bang.
of the track. Midnight Wisps just shy of 70. Balls of Chaos and the Hornets now. Hornets first to hit the block. Oh, very close, but it's the late effort.
Nothing's
that
going
will
to beat
give
the Wisps.
win to Balls of Chaos. Well down from the previous heat.
We got 70.
That record 82.6. That's going to take a gargantuan effort to top that. Rojo Rollers and the O-Rangers. And it will be the latter. Pushing past 60, nearing 65. But look at the separation. The O-Rangers, rather than having 1 at the back, they actually kept 2 back there to give that coordinated extra push. Savage Speeders and the Pinkies now.
Oh, God. No way Pinkies do a damn thing.
Block coming clear out of the track. And despite that, the Savage Speeders get the win. 69.3 here in
But
heat
does that
number
beat-
4.
does that beat the
Snowballs
Wisps?
and the Thunderbolts. They line them up quickly. That is very close. Oh. Both of these teams really throwing everything
What did the
they
Wisps
have
get? They
into
got
these
69
blocks,
something.
almost pushing them out. But for every bit of energy that is going upward, it's not being directed forward. And you can see how close that was. You need every bit of it. Oh, and we've got a malfunction in the gate. It's Chaos. Momo, oh no. Look at that.
What?
Flew straight up and then came back down. Oh, the crowd cannot believe that. All right, let's redo it. That's a little bit better.
Oh,
But
snap.
it will be Team Primary getting the win. Team
Nothing's
Momo,
beating
who
the Wisps
just
yet.
won the funnel event. Minty
Oh, the
Maniacs and the
Bumblebees.
Bumblebees. Very close, but the Minty Maniacs give it a little extra. 59.6.
Thank you, 757.
Crazy Cat's Eyes and the
Morbo,
Jungle
Spaghettium,
Jumpers.
Devran,
Pretty
thank
even
you.
down the starting ramp, but it's the Jungle Jumpers with a little bit at the end to push them past 60 in Heat 8 of 10. 2 blue marble teams very close. Indigo
Wow.
Stars and Oceanics. 6 millimeters apart. It's all it took. And it made a big difference on the ricochet,
Come on, Wisps.
showing grit and determination. Chocolatiers and the Jawbreakers. Oh, and look at the leap from the Chocolatiers. The gate pulling them upward, but they were still able to win the heat. 57.7. We didn't get a replay of that, but the Midnight Wisps will take the win
Let's go.
in block pushing.
Let's go.
And look at how the standings are. Savage Speeders, Thunderbolts, Crazy Cat's Eyes, and Midnight Wisps. Pinkies, Rojo Rollers, Indigo Stars, and Jungle Jumpers among those who are in danger of relegation. Barely any time to think for the competitors. Certainly not a lot of time to crunch numbers for the commentator. Now, one
People
of
are
my
going to come in the
events,
stream and be like, what the
5-meter
fuck's
sprint.
going on? They're going to see everyone just cheering on marbles.
Primary, Pinkies, Thunderbolts,
the
and
fuck?
Chocolatiers. And it's Thunderbolts out of the gate first, building up speed as they come down the ramp, past the torch, into
Oh.
the end. And that was so fast at the finish line.
I couldn't even keep track of that. They're
It's
so
hard
fast.
to tell who won it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Slow motion, that instant
Thunderbolts get a
replay.
good lead here. Pinkies fall to last.
Oh, God.
And I think they were able to hold it. But who got second? That was very close.
The Pinkies are so trash,
And it is
man.
the Chocolatiers by 0.02 of a second. Bon got it. Hornets, Momo, Indigo Stars, and Crazy Cat's Eyes. Indigo Stars out in front, but Crazy Cat's Eyes come on strong. That's really tough to tell who won.
Thank God you got that slow motion camera.
Indigo Stars, a great launch. They had built it up really well. Here come the Crazy Cat's Eyes. They take the lead. Do they hold on to it?
Oh, they do.
Yes, they do. Another close one for second place. We'll see the Hornets pip Indy, the captain from the Indigo Stars. Savage Speeders, Oceanics, Minty Maniacs, and the Jungle Jumpers. Do the Speeders live up to their name?
Let's see.
The Oceanics get a little bit of redemption. It's Minty Maniacs out in front now. Everybody's bunched up.
Oh, no,
The Speeders,
Speeders.
I think, might take it.
Speeders won that. Look how fast they are.
But let's watch on the replay. Speeders out in front at the halfway point.
Yeah.
Down they come through, and boy, look at the speed that they all have as they bound into that block, and
Minty
Jungle
got
Jumpers
last.
nearly launched their way out. But Swifty from the Savage Speeders gets the win, and that nearly guarantees that, through no shocking outcome, that the Speeders will
All
qualify.
right, Wisps. All right. Here we go.
Snowballs, Rangers, Midnight Wisps, and Mellow Yellow.
No,
Wisps
Wisps.
really slow out of the gate.
No.
Mellow
Pick it up,
Yellow
pick it up.
gets away very
No.
cleanly and should win the heat.
God, what a
The
late
Wisps
start.
weren't ready, but that was very slow. Look at up top, bounding back and forth
God dang it.
from side to side in the lane. And that's the Captain Snowflake going laterally instead of forward. And that is really what put the Snowballs all the way into last. You have to keep things going. You can't be bouncing side to side.
I think lane
Balls
3
of
is
Chaos,
rigged.
Bumblebees, Rojo Rollers, and the Jawbreakers. Rojo Rollers in front now. Jawbreakers trying to make a climb, but they fall back instead. And
I
what's
gotta
the
move my
finish
cam.
going to be here?
Fuck.
Also very close. Just shows how evenly matched so many of these marbles
Wait,
are.
lane 3 just won, didn't it?
Wait, really closes up at the
No,
end there. Let's
didn't.
watch the finish line camera. 32 thousandths of a second. Clutter gets the win for Balls of Chaos over the Rojo Rollers. So as we take a look at the overall standings, wow, just 18 milliseconds between the Speeders and Crazy Cat's Eyes. Then
Are
it's
the Wisps
Oceanics
in-
and the Jungle Jumpers. And there you have it. Our overall standings look as such. Those who will not make the Marble League will be Team Primary, the Jungle Jumpers, Snowballs, Chocolatiers, Indigo Stars, the Jawbreakers, Robo Rollers, and the Pinkies. For everybody up top, congratulations. We'll see you in the Marble League.
Unlucky. All right, here we go.
You would think after all of the work that the teams put in yesterday, that those who already qualified for the 2020 Marble League be content
Woo-wee,
with
Bees
sitting
made
back
it last and still
scoping
counts.
out the
It
competition.
counts,
But
man.
not so. These marbles want to compete. Hey, everybody. I'm Greg Woods. The friendly round
Greg.
is a bit of an annual tradition here at the Marble League, where the teams that have already qualified, that did not have to go through the showdown, that did not have to battle in the qualifiers, can get a little bit of practice in a way to level the playing field so that all of the events of yesterday didn't give an extra
I really
want
wanna see my racers
who
go.
had to fight
Oh,
their way in.
it's game
Team
time now.
Galactic and the Raspberry Racers.
These are my
fight
actual
here
boys. Oh!
in the first event of the friendly round.
They
block
suck!
pushing.
What
And
the
it is
fuck was
our
that?
hosts, Team Galactic, getting the better of the champions of the 2019 Marble League, 60.8 to 58.6. 0.6. Hazers and the Green Ducks.
Fuck!
Oh my goodness, it's going to be a stoppage at the starting gate. It's the exact same thing that happened to Team Momo in the qualifiers.
What the fuck ever,
Little
man.
starting flag came down and stopped them. And despite it all, the Green Ducks still get the win. Even though they went down and already did a push. Now both of them are a little bit below where we just were with Team Galactic and the Raspberry Racers. But hey, just a once
Raspberries
through
in second,
gives us
58.6.
our first unofficial winner. And it is Team Galactic. You heard that correctly. The hosts won an event. Yes, it's in the friendly round, but could it bode well for the competition ahead? The funnels.
I don't understand
now
what this is
face
for, but I'm going
our
for the Raspberry
friendlies.
Racers.
Not so much pure speed, but definitely an element of danger,
Now
as
remember,
we saw yesterday.
It's about
The goal
not
to
falling
stay
down.
in the longest.
Stay in the top.
These first 5 orange funnels always carry with them the risk
Oh,
that you
there we
could
go.
easily drop
Stay in
through
the
a
top,
couple
Raspberries.
at a time, as we just saw right there.
Stay
Once
in
you
the
get
top.
to the green funnels,
No.
well, then everything changes. Your trajectory,
there we go, there we
your
go, there we go.
speed, your attack. And
Oh,
ball
shit,
bearing,
never
by the
mind.
way, you see
How's
up top
that
will be
motherfucker
released.
still
That'll
on the top
push
funnel?
The marbles that get stuck if anything like that should happen. But in the meantime, we already have
Oh my god, that's
movers
not
going
fair at
down
all.
the course now. Leading are the Raspberry Racers. They are highest up. Then the Green Ducks, who just
Wait,
entered
who's
the
this
green
motherfucker
funnel
at the
there
top?
with Team Galactic and
Wait,
the
who's
Hazers.
this?
And the Hazers are
Oh,
on that
that's the
innermost
cleanup ball.
track. Ooh,
Oh.
actually, Green Ducks fall on through.
Okay.
And they are now in last place. In fact, they're already through onto the next green funnel. Raspberry Racers and Team Galactic eyeing each other up. You know this is just a friendly round. There's not necessarily points.
It
for
doesn't
the
matter.
actual Marble League
Ego is at
play,
stake.
But there's a heck of a lot of bragging rights.
That's what I'm saying.
And look at the stands, by
No,
the
no,
way.
no, no.
This is for an
Aw,
unofficial
shit.
competition. Everybody stayed around because they want to see the top 3 from the Marble League and our hosts. Green Ducks have to get it together
Oh,
here,
God.
or they are ready to drop into the final
No raspberries.
funnel. And down
Don't
they
fucking
come.
fall. Don't you dare
3
fucking fall.
up top, though. Still
Get the
circling.
fuck outta
and
here,
the
Galactic.
Galactics fall through first.
Oh!
Now
Oh,
come the
what a
Hazers.
move.
Raspberry Racers inherit the lead, but only briefly. And now it's going to be basically a 2-marble race in the second to last funnel
Fuck.
with Galactic already dropping through. Green Ducks will finish last.
All right, the last funnel.
And look at this. Raspberry Racers come through next. The Hazers have taken the lead.
Shit.
And they keep that momentum out and wide enough.
Oh god, it's looking
prevent
bad.
them
It's
from
looking
falling
grim. It's
through.
looking so
Raspberry
grim.
Racers look in danger, but look, they bump against each other, and that
Speed
changes
boost.
everything. Now all 3 of them are on a similar path.
Oh god.
One small bump,
No,
and
yes.
the Hazers lose
Come on.
the lead.
Come on.
They will finish in third.
Survive. No. Yeah.
Raspberry Racers,
Oh.
great move there
Did you
to
see that
nudge
shit?
Team Galactic aside and get the win in the funnels.
Ego. Let's get it.
All 4 of them are captains, and all 4 of them competed like it.
It's a big ass
A
play
tie at
right
the top
there.
after 2 rounds between the Raspberry Racers and Team Galactic. It is the latter of those who are on the balance beam now with 1 finisher.
All right.
It was about as true a roll as you could get, never deviating from that center line. The marbles up front, though, got a little bit crowded. 296, the number to beat.
All right. You can beat that shit. You can beat that shit,
Raspberry
Raspberries.
Racers.
You can fuck that shit up.
438 is that overall record. I don't think they're going to get there, but they
Ooh.
will have 1 finisher. And it will be a better points total than
Damn,
Team
that
Galactic.
early motherfucker fell.
Look, they had 2 on
340.
past 100.
340. That's number 1, right? Pretty damn good.
Raspberry Racers, our champions back in 2019.
Oh.
Runners-up were the Green Ducks. Oh, they nearly have 2, but they just
Damn
got
it.
caught on the edge of that green catch at the end.
They won with that, right?
Otherwise, they would have had 260 just from those 2 marbles alone. They lost 1 around that 40 mark. And 53, 119 will be the official. Ah, so close. The Hazers, they know what they have to do. How do they do it? 3 on still so far. Are they going to have 2? No, but they will have 1. Interesting that none of our 4 gotten more than a single finisher into that catch tray. Looking good here, except for that one that they lost, and then it starts to peel off to the left.
I had the word mellow in my banned words list. I think it was like part of my old address.
Celebrating a win
from years ago.
In balancing.
So, my bad.
What does that do to the overall standings? Well, that moves them up a little bit. Raspberry Racers are now 3 clear of Team Galactic.
No, you just hated the word.
Could end up winning this friendly. It all comes down to the 5-meter
Maybe
sprint.
I said that, but it was part of my address.
All of the eyes upon them. Hazers, Raspberry Racers, Team Galactic, and the Green Ducks. Team Galactic a little bit better out of the gate.
Speed up,
how
Racers.
does it fare later
you
on?
Are
Everybody's
Racers.
Pretty even. Tough to tell as they
Racers
come across the line.
No, that was easy to tell. Raspberry Racers won. We're the fucking Racers.
A little bit slow on the
We don't lose
lane.
races. Look, that's the lead. We're in the
Raspberry
lead. We're in the
Racers
lead.
taking the lead at the halfway point. Do they hold on to it? The Green Ducks, it looks like, gave them a little challenge. But it will be the Raspberry Racers getting the win.
Bang.
When I talk about intensity, they only had one try to do it. 22-14. Green Ducks at the tail there.
The Raspberry Racers.
Hey, the crowds
never
are pumped.
Let me down.
Yes, this was only a friendly round, but these are some of the best. And you wonder, how will that translate to the actual Marble League? They've warmed up a little bit amongst themselves.
That's goddamn right.
Now they're going to get the rest of the group as we prepare for the 2020 Marble League, sponsored by Last Week Tonight with John Oliver.
Wait, sponsored by
John
John
Oliver?
Oliver?
Friendly, but there is nothing friendly about the sheer intensity of competition, and we hope that you will join us to witness it all.
This shit's sponsored by John Oliver. I love that. Thank you, Trash Panda. Hey, don't shit talk my favorite sport. Seriously. Oh, hell yeah. We got an opening ceremony and everything. God damn. Oh, shit. Pick your teams. You are committed once you are in. Oh, hell yeah. God damn. God damn.
Milestones are often achieved with a mix of luck and skill. And while some marbles dream only of watching the Marble League, those who strive to be in it find a daunting mountain of dedication and difficulty in front of them. Few make it to the Marble League, and even fewer have ever won it. Who will etch their name amongst the greatest marble teams of all time? We're about to find out. Hello and welcome to the 2020 Marble League, brought to you by Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. I'm Greg Woods. Much on the line today to start the competition off right, and staying in line is absolutely paramount to try to conquer balancing. To stay on as long as you can, make it down into that green catch basket, and you will get 130 points. Otherwise, wherever you drop off to the side is how many points you will get, and it will all be added up. Team Galactic, our hosts, get us started in the Marble League, and off they go. They've lost 2 to the near side, 3, and none make it past 90. Not quite what they hoped right off the bat, especially When you think back to past competitions, finishing means you score well.
I'm listening.
And as he sits in the Andromedome now, King Stardust looks a little worried.
Oh, shit.
Raspberry
Oh, shit.
Racers, they know
Balance,
that. They've got two
balance,
on,
balance.
and they get one
That
finisher.
works.
One very nearly
That's fucking
dropped in
good.
the basket as well. We marked it a 120 for
Pretty
a
goddamn good.
355 total.
I don't think
That's
it'll
pretty
win,
good. Also, speaking of King Stardust, you saw a shot of him earlier sitting next to John Oliver. I want to give a shout out to him. In the meantime, the Racers lost too early and crowded
ain't
each
gonna
other
win,
out
but-
at the end, still able to get one in. The Green Ducks start off all bunched together. They've got one that's getting straight down the middle. And
Terrible.
that will keep that 130 nice and safe if you can keep it on that center line. Just a 268, though. Not what the Green Ducks had hoped for. Our runners-up in the 2019 Marble League. The Hazers. Third place in last year's Marble League. Down they come, and immediately that veered to the right.
Oh,
they're going
hell.
to recover well, and they're going to have two finishers. We're losing one at 7, though. Look at how much that stunts it. Even with two finishers, just a 320 for the Hazers. That's it.
We're still in first. Or I am.
So Raspberry Racers hold the top spot. 355.
Let's fucking go, baby.
Well clear of the rest. The Savage Speeders, our 2016 Marble League champions. They lose everybody to the side, and they're going to have nobody make it all the way to the end. Look at how they fanned out, almost crowding each other. There's so much about this event where you have to work together as a team, and I know it's the first event.
It's about
I
balance,
know there
not
are
speed.
nerves, but they
Speeders
had a
can only do
chance.
one thing.
A lot of these teams in the qualifiers, in the Savage Speeders case, and some of the other ones had a chance in the friendly. Crazy Cat's Eyes, how did they handle it? 2 on, and they bumped each other.
That was pretty good.
I will make it to the end, but were it not for that impact past 80 or 90
Still not
somewhere
first,
in
baby.
there, they may have had 2. Still, 331, not too bad. There's that little bump between them. The margins are fine. The Oceanics, in run 7 of 16, chasing a 355. They come off, bunched together. They need one finisher because I don't think the 3 that fell
They got
off
one.
early is going to be enough.
No two finishers yet, huh? Now that's fucking
Working in the draft
sad.
can also help you quite a bit, but you don't want your speed to be so much that you're either bumping into your teammate in front of you or you're losing that pull, and then you end up falling to the wayside. The Thunderbolts, halfway through. Down they come, an immediate separation between them. That first marble got well out in front of everybody else, even with one finisher, just a 261.
Unlucky.
A little bit eager, perhaps, coming out of the gate, leaving everybody
People
else
trying
to
to
play
say,
catch.
fuck!
Colon Ocean, arise my oceanic brothers. Ocean, give
We
you
take
its
a look at where we are so far, and it's 355 to 331. Team Galactic down there at the bottom. Not the kind of showing that they want as hosts. How about Mellow Yellow here? Oh, my. Ooh, that was way too mellow. 156. What happened there?
They're trolling.
None of that looked composed. The Minty Maniacs, a great story to get back in the Marble League after missing out in 2019. What do they have for us? They've got 3 on.
Oh, my God.
And they're nearly going to have 2 finishers. This is still going to be a great
that
points
one.
total, though. They lost
That's-
one early. But look at that. 109,
Damn.
120, and 130 for a 380.
Fucking goddamn it.
Great teamwork there.
I
Staying
knew
wide of each
Raspberry
other,
wouldn't win, but
not
then
crowding anybody out. And
didn't
the
think they'd lose to
angles at
Minty.
the end just barely off. And after that much travel, even a couple of degrees make all the difference between actually making it to the end and not. Balls of Chaos, they know that. They bump into each other.
Ooh, that
And
was
they
pretty
do
damn
keep
good.
one. They will have a good total at the end there with a 118, but a 337 finds them toward the top part of the standings. Just getting in each other's way ever so slightly. It also means the later you get in the competition, the more the pressure ramps up. You see the numbers to beat. And right now, Minty Maniacs 380. What do the Wisps have? They're going to have 2 finishers.
God damn it. I was going for this team before,
Our
but
2018
not against my
champions
racers.
notch in at a 353.
Damn it.
2 finishers and a palindrome.
They beat my boys.
Can't argue with that. Look at how straight and true they were. Just
They are the
4
underdogs.
Yet to
Oh, no,
run.
they didn't. They didn't. Lost by
And
2.
it may
Get
take
fucked.
2 finishers and good teamwork to topple the Minty Maniacs. What do the Orangers have? They lose 1, 2, 3 already. 1 will make it to the end. But a rather disappointing start for our 2017 champions. Three to go. As we take a look at a replay here, a lot of contact. A little bit of a diamond formation, which you see sometimes more in collision.
These guys
than
lack
you
teamwork.
do in the balance beam.
I mean, you can see it on the course.
The Hornets. 14 of 16. They veer to the left. 1 manages to stay true. But watch them as they come off the ramp here, already angled to the left. I don't know if that's because psychologically they'd seen so many teams that drifted over to the near side. They decided, let's start to the left and hope that we curl on back. I'm getting some of their events mixed up, perhaps. It didn't happen. Momo. A great showing in the funnels of the qualifiers, and a great showing in balancing here. 2 to the end, 260 from them. But look at the rest, 29 and 33 means it's not enough. Great job working together to make it to the end. You've got to keep your sights ahead. You cannot look back. The Bumblebees. They lose 2, 3, 4 off before 90. And they will not factor in to the final results. However, it will mean that Minty Maniacs with a 380 have won the first gold of the 2020 Marble League.
Damn.
Raspberry Racers pick up the silver, and Midnight Wisps
It ain't even close.
by
They
just
stomped.
2 centimeters the bronze.
Congratulations to the most balanced teams of today. The Midnight Wisps, the Raspberry.
I'm proud of
25
second.
points.
I'm
That
proud
gets
of
the Minty
second.
Maniacs off to a great start. And to make things even better, a $5,000 donation will be made in the Minty Maniacs name to the Atlanta Community Food Bank. Galactic scores 1 point, but here are your standings after 1 event. With 15 more to go, it's still anybody's competition in the 2020 Marble League. The next event, the Halfpipe competition, comes at you on June 28th. We hope you'll be here for it. Please
God
subscribe
damn it, we're
to
here.
Stay tuned for more.
The half pipe, huh? How does that work? Thanks, hello, Derwin. Rosa Parks, thank you. Wheathen.
Welcome back inside the Andromedome for the second event in the Marble League 2020, sponsored by Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. Hey everybody, I'm Greg Woods. On the docket today, the half pipe. You see a brief example of what this will look like. Drop on in, stay tubular, and see if you can hold on as long as possible by slaloming back and forth. The goal is not to get to the bottom quickly,
Okay.
but rather to stay in the half pipe as long as you possibly can.
All right, all
2
right.
rounds today added together to get our winner. As the wave moves through the stadium, what will the wave look like when they drop on in? Minty Maniacs won the first event, and we're ready for the second a week later. There's been a lot of preparation and strategy for this event. Oh, and a hard hit there. Completely throws the field wide in both directions. 2 finishers apiece so far. 3 were tied. It'll come down to the 4th ones, and I believe that Mellow Yellow will get the higher
This is
total,
gonna be a hard one to
even
follow.
though one of those marbles went all the way to the top, and yes, they will. 27-9-8 get the win. So you can see that initial drop-in
Oh,
point
God.
has so much
Fuck.
emphasis. Raspberry Racers and the Minty Maniacs, are they going to prove that as well? Yes, they will. Maybe not to the
Oh,
same
God,
degree,
look at Minty back
but
there.
Minty Maniacs have 2
Oh, we're gonna
clear
get
up at the top
stopped.
there. Look at that, almost completely stopped. They can take their time. They don't really have a slalom going back and forth, but look at the clock continuing to run. This should be an easy victory for the Minty Maniacs. In fact, it's a new Marble League record. 33-7-5.
We would get paired against them. I mean,
This is
really?
a huge gap to the Raspberry Racers. Minty Maniacs on form to start the Marble League. Will we see that record fall?
Fuck.
Is anybody going to come close? Balls of Chaos and Green Ducks will be the next ones to try. They come down and a hard smack into the wall
Yo,
and
this
each
event
other.
is rigged as fuck.
Sends two of the Green Ducks higher up, but look at that little impact there. That keeps one of the balls of chaos just meandering down the course with the clock running. And it's all going to come down to the math here. It looked like, look at this, Green Ducks have 3 up top compared to just 1 for the balls of chaos. Oh, but it wasn't enough. The Green Ducks get the win, even with that trailing marble. Midnight Wisps and the Hazers, quarter of the way through these runs. Down they come, and pretty back and forth. It seems to alternate as they come down the course. These higher up ones could make all the difference. 3 for the Wisps have already finished.
Damn.
That's a really tough one to tell.
I think the Hazers won that.
The Wisps battling all the way off to the left there, but the Hazers were able to get it done. 31-35. So they've broken that 30 mark, only the second team to do so, behind the Marble
Minty
League
are
record
definitely
for the
good.
Minty Maniacs. Rangers and the Savage Speeders bunched up together. You wonder what it's like in that starting gate. Down they come. Immediately, the Speeders shoot 2 off to the bottom. That is not going to work out very well for them. Look at the Rangers, 3 up top, slaloming in tandem, back and forth they come. And I would have to think that should be an easy victory for the Rangers. Oh my gosh, so good that it's actually another new Marble League record.
Oh, my Lanta.
Look at that, almost all of the Savage Speeders already vacated off to the right. First marble finishing in under 4 seconds. For the Rangers, that was 7. That made a huge difference, and the Rangers vault over the Minty Maniacs to take the lead. Crazy
Dang.
Cat's Eyes and the Hornets chasing what is now a 34-4-9 record. They drop on through. 3 of the Crazy Cat's Eyes.
Raspberry
well
Racers
up
are
to the
not
top
doing
of
well
the
in this
half
round.
pipe.
Nuh-uh.
As they come down here, this is going to be fairly close. Really tough to tell what the numbers might be. There you see, already dropping 2 off to the bottom, off screen. How close was it? Well, not that close. Over 3, almost 3.5 second victory there. Momo and the Oceanics next. Down they come, and Momo, they've got 2 headed off to the bottom of the half pipe already. 2 finishers, but they've got 2 all the way up to the top. They bump into each other. One of them's going to take their time getting down there. But what's it going to work out to time-wise? Kind of interesting. They've sandwiched them. 2 to the top, 2 to the bottom. And consistency was key. The
Dang.
Oceanics just barely by half a second
Oceanics.
get the win. Bumblebees and the Thunderbolts up next. They collide into each other pretty strongly.
Oh, this is... Nah,
Bumblebees
got
already
it.
have 1 finisher. Thunderbolts
Bumblebees
have 2.
got it.
2 for the Bumblebees, still up top behind everybody else. Keep that slalom wide,
Goddamn.
and you're going to gain more time. That's one way to say it, I guess. You want to keep your slaloming back and forth as wide as possible because that lateral movement means it's not turning into progress down the course. And it worked for the Bumblebees, 30.82. Results thus far. Get
Fucking
past
nose.
30, and you are going to be in the top 10 pretty solidly by the end of this, I would have to think. But remember, this is 2 rounds added together, so we're not done yet. Mellow Yellow and Team Galactic. Ooh, 3 for Mellow Yellow, already working their way off screen and down toward the finish line. Oh, but one of them has managed to lag behind. That'll make up a little bit of time between the 2 teams.
No.
But
No.
those 3 early finishers will not be good for Mellow Yellow.
Actually rolled.
It was not. Team Galactic gets the win, 31-7-4. It's a big
Again?
difference from their first round, 25-80.
Oh, we got
Raspberry Racers
slammed.
and the Minty Maniacs.
Come on. Fix it this
Hard
time.
impact there once again.
Let's go, baby.
Already
Put them in their
1
place.
finisher for the Maniacs.
Hang on,
4
Raspberry
still on the
Racers.
board, 3-2 now for each team. And 1 late comer for the Raspberry Racers. Had to be of some benefit, but how did they work out? All in the middle, and they used the ricochet to send
There
them
you
up
go.
the course.
Put them in their place,
And it's a
Racers.
30.8, and the win for the Raspberry Racers. 4-second improvement. Green Ducks and Balls of Chaos. Down they come. Balls of Chaos has 1 bump all the way against the back wall, but look at there. Green Ducks still have 1 that's just getting off of that wall. Unfortunately, the finishers down below may nullify some of that progress. How good was that last stand for the Green Ducks? Not good enough. 12-4-8 to an 11-3-1, but everybody else made up for it. Green Ducks, in fact, got worse. The Wisps and the Hazers. Hazers sitting in 4th after round 1. Midnight Wisps keep 3 up top compared to just 1 for the Hazers. Hazers trying to keep it wide, but that does not let the Wisps get by.
How do you eat a wedge salad?
So 2 of the last 3 will go to the Midnight Wisps, as will the overall win of this run. Current results with Galactic up top, which combined total puts them at about a 57 to the Wisps' 59-ish. Savage Speeders and the O'Rangers. That was a very hard impact that stalled a couple of the marbles out. We've already got one finisher, barely near 5 seconds in. The Rangers still have 2.
Rangers got it. Rangers got it.
The last one to finish. So the interesting Speeders appropriately had the quickest time in round 1. How close was it? About 2 seconds difference, and the O'Rangers get the win between them. If my math is correct, they should be sitting on about a 66 as the number to beat. 14 of 16. Hornets and Crazy Cat's Eye. They all drop in, and Crazy Cat's Eye send one down the course very quickly, but then it's going to be 2 coming in next for the Hornets. Who will be last? A big gap back for the last Crazy Cat's Eye to cross. Did that help? They're only 16 hundredths down from the O'Rangers after round 1. They're going to need probably 31.7 to beat them here. And they're not going to get it. 30.16. They get the win, but it puts them probably in 2nd place. They could not get over the O'Rangers. We get down toward the end of this event. Just a few more runs to go. Who will improve and make a difference?
Man,
that was a very sharp impact with 3 headed off to the right already.
This event is bullshit. I don't like it.
That will not bode well, as they have a lot of making up to do.
This one has too much RNG, honestly.
Hand, look, 2 up top. Do they both bump off that wall? Yes, they do. And Team Momo gets the win easily. 30.66. Nearly an 8-second differential. I think also a 4-second improvement from round 1.
At least the other maps I feel like are about skill. This one,
the Thunderbolts have 3 down
there's
to the
some
bottom,
skill,
but
but it's
collisions
mainly
up top
RNG.
Could make a big difference. As a result, nearly come to a stop up there of one of the Thunderbolts. Look at this gap. Time is ticking. What does it work out to?
It's not very accommodating for the audience either.
27-9-0 to a 25-2-8. That did make a difference. So you can see Team Galactic does
6.
get the win in this round. But remember, it was a 2-round event. And as we combine the 2 runs, it's the O'Rangers that get the win. Crazy Cat's Eyes and the Minty Maniacs will round out the podium. And a $5,000 donation will be made in the O'Rangers' name to Banco de Alimentos de Puerto Rico, courtesy of Last Week Tonight.
They do,
Maniacs staying on fine form. Well done to the Crazy Cat's Eyes to sneak in there and paw at the silver. Hat tip also to our hosts finishing in 5th, but let the O's reign. Minty Maniacs still hold the overall top spot though, but the O'Rangers jumping up 8 for a tie for 2nd place with Crazy Cat's Eyes after 2 events in the 2020 Marble League, sponsored by Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. Join us next time on July 3rd for the Funnel Endurance event. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Oh, here we go. This is... The Raspberry Racers have got this. Thanks, woefully. That is absolutely not how to eat a wedge salad, you fucking barbarian. Thanks for the donation. That means a lot. This one's about skill.
If by the end of Event 3 in the 2020 Marble League, your head is not spinning, or all of you for that matter, I commend you, because this will make you dizzy. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 2020 Marble League, proudly sponsored by Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. I'm Greg Woods. The Funnel Endurance event. The marble that stays in the funnels the longest will win. And Stardust is bravely trying all of these events, by the way. If you haven't noticed, that is King Stardust running through all of these. He finished in a 50-29. The main competitors should hopefully get much better results than that. No slight to King Stardust. He's had a lot of other important things to do rather than practicing the funnel endurance. And so you see the first flight of orange funnels
King
first,
Jarda,
standard size, before
these
you
are
drop into
athletes.
those larger green ones that
Right,
require
of
a
course.
totally different strategy to keep your pathway wide and progress on through.
All right.
And down they go. Jostling for position early on makes a big difference
Remember,
in this.
you don't want to be the first one
Three have
down.
already dropped through into the
lot of
bottom
people
funnel.
forget that.
Appropriately, the Savage Speeders
You
are
wanna
one of them.
stay
But
up.
remember, you're trying to stay in the longest. That battle up
Thank you,
top
Greg.
is the one you really want to watch. The Green Ducks hold the lead right now as they fall on through. Meanwhile, down below, we're just about to get our first dropping into the green funnels, and it will be the Oceanics, trailed closely by the Bumblebees. Also, Savage Speeders are down there. Looks like Mellow Yellow doing a good job up top.
Get Mellow Yellow,
Keeping
just
that
chilling.
angle's wide, but it's just as quickly in
shit,
this
loses
event
first.
that you can drop on through 2 funnels at a time. You have to stay focused all the way throughout. This
That
really
is-
becomes a chess match, the green funnels. If you saw this in the last Marble standing games, this is one where you have to change your angle and your strategy completely from the orange funnels. Up top, great job. Green Ducks holding strong up there. Look at the speed that builds up when you finally do get down, ready to drop in through the opening. Down below, a team of marbles, all taking oval-esque pathways around the precipice of
Jungle
falling
Jumpers
down
are owning.
into the second-to-last funnel before our finishing. Finally, the Green Ducks join them, keeping as wide as they possibly can. Look at
Bumblebee
the
is
time,
hanging
by
on.
the way. You mentioned the differences in competitors already. 120 as the Savage Speeders enter the final funnel first.
Oh, fuck.
As you enter it doesn't mean
Speeders might
that's where
get
you will finish,
last.
because look at all the shouldering going on, the nudging back and forth. Sometimes even just catching the edge of the opening may actually help you as we get our first
Oh, shit.
finisher, and it is Team Momo. At
Unlucky.
98 seconds and change. Mellow Yellow is going to come next. It is still a big lead up top. Look at the angle difference here. As the Oceanics, Bumblebees, Minty Maniacs, Savage Speeders manage to hold on.
Jungle wins.
Wizzy finishing in second, and now it's just a matter of where will the finishing time be for the Green Ducks.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's Green Ducks.
Ducky
I'm
got
wrong.
out in front early. And taking their time. Hey, why not? This is the Marble League. 2:06.99 for
Damn.
Ducky. Look at that, a full funnel lead.
Yeah, that was
More than that. while
brutal.
Everybody else is down there worried about who's going to finish last. Green Ducks just trying to keep within their own minds and not mess up too much. 2:06.99
All right.
in Group A.
Here we go. Group B.
Almost a 30-second
Come on,
difference
Raspberries.
between our first and last.
Let's go,
finish.
Raspberries. Resi.
Now ready for Group B.
Come on, Resi.
As they enter, we already see 2 drop into the second.
Stay
and
up
3
there, Resi.
now into the third
Stay
funnel.
up there, Resi.
And that is shot
Do
from
not
the
fall.
Thunderbolts.
Fuck.
Trying to regain
Fuck.
composure. Smoggy from the Hazers held the lead briefly there.
Survive, Resi. Do not falter.
Up top, Crazy Cat's Eye with Cyan Eye taking a turn in P1. Remember, it's the last marble to finish.
Let's go.
Is the winner.
Fuck.
Into
Oh,
the green
shit.
funnels it begins. A
This is bad.
trio dancing back and
Survive,
forth.
Resi. Come on. Oh,
Add
my
more marbles
God,
to the
Resi.
mix,
You
you're going to get more
stupid bitch.
collisions. You can hear several. As up top, it is now Balls of Chaos, as now they drop
Here's
on
the
into
real
a
PvP.
three-way battle. It was going to
Don't
say
you
the
dare
Rangers
go
were a
down
part
there,
of that,
Resi.
but now they fall on through, and
Don't
Crazy
you
Cat's
fucking
Eyes
dare go
have
down
lost
there.
the lead. It's Clutter from Balls of Chaos that takes it, and quickly down they come.
Survive, Resi.
Into the second green funnel.
Oh, no.
The Rangers,
Oh, no.
Crazy Cat's Eyes, Balls of Chaos, still fighting
No.
that three-way battle for the lead.
Resi.
Lipping out just briefly there. Crazy Cat's Eyes drop on through. Rangers inherit the lead. The winners
Fuck!
of the last event.
Someone needs to PvP Rangers.
Here in Group B.
We need
No
some
real
fucking
draft
contact.
to speak of when you're in these
Resi,
circular motions.
you better hang the fuck on. I
At least
swear
at this
to God.
slow a speed, you're more focused on your own pathway and trying to keep it from becoming bumper
Oh, there we
cars.
go. There we go. That's a little bump.
Everybody in one funnel all together. And
Come
just
on,
like
Resi.
that, you can see
That's
how
right.
much the field can sometimes
That's
get
right,
level.
Resi.
The Rangers
Fuck!
very nearly lost the lead, but somehow they managed to hold on. Great strategy work
Oh,
in
God.
traffic. The Rangers look like they are holding the lead and will enter the final funnel last. Question is, who will be our first finisher?
Resi, you need to do some shit. You need to do some
Will
moves.
be daring to get that close quite yet. They're trying desperately to keep their momentum up as best they can, and we do have a finisher. That's Vespa from the Hornets.
Ah!
Doggy from the Hazers comes on through. Raspberry Racers, Thunderbolts, Balls of Chaos. Quicker than I can say it, we have determined the winner of this heat. And Group B goes to the O'Rangers. 2:15.12 is a longer time than what Ducky from the Green Ducks had. 2:06.99 back there. Kinoan takes the lead. So 9th to 16th is set. And the 8 marbles that took the longest between the two groups will move on to the final. Who will it be? For gold in the funnel endurance in event number 3 of the Marble League.
Damn.
Let the clock start ticking. It doesn't matter what your time is, just so long as you stay in longer than everybody else. And so far, it's the Thunderbolts that get off to a good lead. Like the opposite is true as you look farther down the course. Savage Speeders take the lead as I say that. They're going to enter the next funnel along with Minty Maniacs, who vacate that one very quickly. It's Thunderbolts and Savage Speeders holding on to the lead. Minty Drizzle was fighting in there as well, and now, as I say that, falls on through along with Cyani, who had been in the green funnels for a little while. Also, Balls of Chaos down there with Clutter. Ducky will join them. Three-way battle up top becomes a 2-marble back and forth with the O'Rangers and the Bumblebees. Bumblebees sitting in 9th in the standings. O'Rangers up in 2nd. Already dangerously close to the Thunderbolts, going from the lead, nearly to dropping on through, but that dubious distinction will go to the Green Ducks. Ducky could not hold on and keep that momentum wide. It will be the Thunderbolts next, as the Savage Speeders retook the lead. They try to keep a wide angle, but bumping into some marbles already has them in the bottom part of that funnel, ready to drop on through. And could we have the entire field once again in a single funnel? And we will. This is where you can really make up a lot of time and totally change the trajectory of your race.
Maybe not.
Who will fall on through first?
Dude, this PvP's intense.
It will be the O'Rangers.
Okay.
Kinoan could not keep it up. Oh, look at Minty Maniacs. They're dangerously close to moving through into the last funnel, and they do. Bumblebees hold the lead. They need to stay as wide as they can and get away from that melee in the middle, but they're getting caught up in it a little bit. I think they may have held on to the lead. No, they didn't. They were usurped from the lead. Who is that shaking on through? It's Cyani. Crazy Cat's Eyes took the lead. Who will finish last? It will be the Thunderbolts. Then the Bumblebees. They could not hold on to it. Crazy Cat's Eyes next. Balls of Chaos in there along with Green Ducks. O'Rangers fall on through to take the silver. And it will be Minty Maniacs.
Oh, God.
Another gold medal. Minty Drizzle, 2:08.71. The Minty Maniacs absolutely beside themselves, living up to the second part of their name at least, because they have just won their 2nd gold medal in 3 events. Unreal. O'Rangers get the silver. Savage Speeders, sitting in last place in the overall standings coming into this event, pick up their first medal of these games, a bronze.
Claiming their 2nd gold medal.
Congratulations to Minty Maniacs. A $5,000 donation will be made in their name to the East Texas Food Bank for winning the gold. Donation courtesy of Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. What does this do to the overall standings? Look at the lead now. 14 points clear of the O'Rangers. Crazy Cat's Eyes hanging on in 3rd. Balls of Chaos up 2. Green Ducks up 5. And the Savage Speeders got off of the bottom spot as we head to the Newton's Cradle. Join us next time here on the 2020 Marble League, brought to you by Last Week Tonight with John Oliver.
With John Oliver.
How are the Ducks in 7th? All teams juicing. Yeah, they're only in 7th. A lot of these teams are they're pretty talented. These aren't just your average marbles.
What could possibly make
just be happy you don't have to watch the pinkies.
A little bit better than normal?
I don't even know how they
some science.
make it on the course.
Anybody? All right, maybe that's just me.
It's sad.
Either way, we reach event number 4 of the 2020 Marble League, sponsored by Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, the Newton's Cradle. 100-centimeter tall tower. The striker will descend and launch the skipper on the other side of the Newton's Cradle. You see King Stardust get as far as he can up that inclined ramp. That is how we will get the measurement. All about conservation of energy, conservation of momentum.
Okay, I like this event.
The result that King Stardust gets. A little bit difficult to tell sometimes, but it's going to be the bottom center of the marble where the results are determined. We'll see how that 73 stacks up to the professional competitors. Always interesting to see somebody give it a try first, though.
Mellow yellow
The
up
marbles
first.
will be working.
It's so
in
obvious the
pairs
Minty
as they
Maniacs
come
are
down.
doping.
You see
I
yellow.
want to see stricter
and the
testing. This is
captain yellow
disgusting.
will be the skipper.
That may be the
will
case.
launch
You're right.
after
There
the
might be
cradle.
some
Good
drug
impact
abuse.
there, and stretching
Oh,
out
shit.
past 85 goes the captain. It's a very different event than block pushing. You can see all of the different angles and the different tolerances that are involved, even a flex on the track. Mellow Yellow comes through with an 89.10. We'll see how that stacks up on the mark to beat. We move on to the Oceanics. Sea and Shore, and Shore's going to get out toward 95. Not just 85 there as the Newton's Cradle wraps away. Oceanics need a good result, sitting in
All right,
second
we can beat.
to
Oh,
last.
God, I don't know if we can beat that. That's
Very hard impact. There's so much that goes into that initial striking of the cradle.
oh my God.
And a 95.40. Where the Oceanics currently sit in first place. Granted, only out of 2, but take what you can get. Thunder, the captain descends and sends lightning on its way. Past 90. Should be good enough for provisional second place thus far.
I've never seen
In
this
the
event.
block pushing event, you have, oh, look at the air. After the strike there, that's why they built up those walls over on the left side for the striker. My goodness. Some danger involved in this when you don't have your team pushing with you, as a 91.65 is the total. It's all on one marble. In this case, it's going to be Starry as the striker, sending Pulsar past 100, nearly to 105.
We got a triple digit.
That was a great push. Also a strong ricochet there. It's, as I mentioned, all about conservation of energy. It gets sent through the 106.55. Wow. Gets sent through the balls that are on the Newton's Cradle into the marble that is the skipper. So you have to hit the rounded surface perfectly. You have to keep that push going as hard as you can. You have to hope it gets transferred into your teammate, who can then carry it uphill. Ooh, and not going to be an ideal effort here for the Hornets on that run. Another flex out of the track on impact. And you have to wonder if that dissipates some of the energy as the skipper streaks up course to a 90.75. Savage Speeders now, with the captain pushing rapidly. And rapidly nearly pips 100.
Man, how are they going to break 100, man? That was nuts. That's got to be like steroids.
Definitely and appropriately had speed in the events, but maybe not always what you want in certain events, like the funnel endurance, for instance. But maybe they can make use of that here. The speed of the Savage Speeders slowing to a crawl, and a 99.80, just shy of the 100 mark. Team Momo in the gates with Momo pushing Momo. Maybe they could have used some Mo on that one. Good impact there. Fairly clean on the skipper's side. How far up? 96.50. That in the Oceanics and Mellow Yellow, and the Thunderbolts and Hornets. Now the Bumblebees. Swax gets up toward 100 and then heads back toward the cradle. This is as much of a precision event as it is a strength event. A very different look than what we usually see in the Marble League. You really have to work together, but you also need physics working.
Look at that
on your
green
side.
line. How do you beat that?
And a 100.20. Thus far, Team Galactic hold the lead by 6.35 centimeters. They're sitting toward the bottom of the overall standings in the Marble League, and the hosts could use a great finish. The Hazers in the gate, ready to drop that 100 centimeters down. What does it get transferred to? Nearly 100 centimeters going the other way. Nice, strong impact there. You can tell a little bit
nose
by
is all fucked up,
where
sorry.
the striker goes after the hit. Ooh, narrow, 100.50. Just 3 millimeters more than the Bumblebees. Mallard, the captain. The striker for the Green Ducks.
Not bad.
Was the job done well enough? Also near that 100 mark. I think if anybody's going to get above it, especially by a sizable amount like we saw with Team Galactic, and that could set you up for a medal.
God damn. Yeah, not bad at all.
99.60. 2 millimeters behind the Savage speeders. It's all being bunched up in that 99 range. Balls of chaos. Ooh, something went
Man,
a little
ain't
bit
no one
wrong
beating
there. They
100.
just barely got past 90. Maybe a little bit too chaotic on
Pinky
the descent.
Winky from Pinky's
Where's
had
the
her
impact
nudes
field?
leaked
They're
last year.
fairly
Check it
straight
out.
back, but look at the spin
Legit?
that you see from the striker heading out
Oh
of the
my
picture.
God.
That is extra energy that did not go toward moving up the ramp. And a 92.50 shows that well. Also, that skipper bouncing back and forth side to side. The Midnight Wisps are going to make a lunge out toward 105. That's the best run we've seen in a while from anybody.
Dude, what the fuck was that?
What kind of an impact was that? Decently square. And look at the trek down the course. The skipper staying off the
Still
walls
not there, though.
and getting to 104.50.
God damn.
In run 12 of 16, just a few left to go. If Team Galactic can
4
survive
left.
another couple of runs, they will at least be guaranteed a medal.
Come on.
Raspberry Racers now.
Come on,
Rizzy
baby.
striking Rozzy. Also getting near that
Oh!
105 range. We're not done yet.
What is that? Does that beat it? I don't think it does,
Ooh,
but
even getting
god
a launch
damn.
off of the Newton's cradle. Usually we see that from the striker and not the skipper, but in this case, where does it go?
Ah!
Oh, very close. 105.10.
Damn it.
3 runners left. Crazy Cat's Eyes. They'll send Yellow Eye also out toward 105. Everybody at the end here has been saving it up. They know what they have to beat, and they're really putting everything into it. Barely any movement at all from those first 4 balls of the Newton's cradle. Crazy Cat's Eyes. They don't beat it, but a 104.85
What?
gets past the Midnight Wisps. Just short of the Raspberry Racers. Now the O-Rangers. This does guarantee, by the way, that Galactic will have a medal, but I don't think it's going to be gold.
What the actual fuck?
Look at how straight back the striker went. All of the energy was pushed forward, and I think that has resulted in getting past. Yes,
Oh,
indeed!
my God.
It's a 107.55 and provisional P1. And the O-Rangers can get no lower than silver. The Minty Maniacs have been on a tear lately. What can they do here? It's not going to be enough. It is not going to be enough. The O-Rangers will capture gold. Team Galactic is going to be happy to medal.
God damn it. Fuck
Let's
the
see what
O-Rangers.
the final result was for the last run, and our leaders of the Marble League, a great effort at a 102.40 for the Minty Maniacs. And so the Raspberry Racers capture the bronze, Team Galactic the silver, and the O-Rangers secure gold. And with that gold medal, a $5,000 donation will be made in the O-Rangers' name to Feeding South Florida. Congratulations to them.
The O-Rangers.
The O-Rangers may be finding some footing beneath them now. Same thing with Team Galactic. The O-Rangers pretty overwhelmed about their second gold in the Marble League. It's also the first time that the O-Rangers have acquired 2 golds in one Marble League. The Newton's Cradle, a unique event that we've seen. And as a result, look at how close it is up top. The O-Rangers have jumped into the first spot after event 4 of 16. The Minty Maniacs are 1 point behind. Be sure to join us on July 12th.
They are dominating this tournament.
Ever-exciting long jump. Thanks for watching the Marble League 2020, sponsored
Oh, hell.
by Last Week Tonight
All right.
with John Oliver. Gather your courage
Fuck the
and
Rangers.
prepare to fly. Hello, everybody, and welcome
I
to
agree.
the 5th event of the 2020 Marble League, sponsored by Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, the long jump. A classic athletic event where these marbles have to pick their angle of attack perfectly, get a good launch off of the jump, and see where you end up in the soft sand. King Stardust, ever the good sport, will take a turn at this. And you see the red line, which will mark where he came down at a 58 even. We'll see how that compares to those who are competing. And you see the individual marbles, a handful of captains in the group, but it will be Yelly from Mellow Yellow who will start things off. just as they did in the last
Oh!
event. And that is a decent launch. The Marble League record, by the way, in this event has been reset because this is a different setup compared to the last time that this event was featured back in the 2017 Marble League.
All
It's
right.
an 82.0 for Yelly. Ocean from the Oceanics. First of our captains,
That didn't beat it.
with a spray of sand on the landing and a very clean takeoff as well. You can just see the
maybe it did.
intensity
Maybe it
as
did.
they launch in that slow-mo.
Oh!
Just shy of that green. The number on the left, by the way, the marble name, is their current ranking, so Ocean provisionally in second. Bolt from the Thunderbolts. Trying to get out past 80. And
Hey,
did, depending on the
I
measurement
can see
here,
there's
how close
people
was
in
it?
my chat
Very close, in fact.
that are just glory supporting,
81.65.
swapping teams, supporting the team that's winning. Oh, I
4
always
millimeters
loved
short.
the O-Rangers. Shut
Wasp
the fuck
from the
up.
Hornets. Staring down that ramp. That seemed to be a much flatter angle of takeoff. What did that translate to? Oh, that's going to be well short of 85. That's going to be well short of 80, in fact. 78.70. Our first ones.
There you go, baby.
Look
There
how
you
close
go.
it was. 81.60 to 81.65.
Pinkies all the
Nemo
way.
is off and away. Not a bad angle there, and a pretty good landing. 81.20 from Momo.
Oh, fuck.
Velocity from Savage Speeders. An interesting choice going with Velocity. Will it end up a high takeoff?
Crumpet, this might be where the ducks fly.
And all bunched right in there. Oh, that is very close. 81.80 for the Savage Speeders.
Oh,
Billy from
shit.
the Green Ducks coming up next.
No,
Green
no.
Ducks, by the way, in the overall standings, have seen a little bit of up and down from them. Currently sitting in 10th.
Oof.
That one just a little bit past 80 and needed just slightly more in the tank. Anarchy from Balls of Chaos, who sit right above the Green Ducks in the standings overall, also yet to get a medal. It's a spray, and also so many of these marbles have been going perfectly straight forward. Oh, and that's first, 82.60.
God dang.
That straightness really translating to distance, as now a 6 millimeter lead for the Balls of Chaos over Mellow
It's a
Yellow.
close-ass long jump.
B from the Bumblebees. With wings alight.
Did that
And
win?
Landing somewhere in the neighborhood of
Nope.
80.
Nope,
It ends up being just short at a 79.85. Another captain in the lineup. Hazy from the Hazers. That didn't look too bad at all.
that looked pretty damn
Hazers
good.
sitting in the top half of the standings.
That
in
might have done it.
seventh
That might have
right
done
now, just after the last event. They
Nope.
jumped one to get up into that spot. How about Team Galactic? 7 spots gained after the last event. This one, an 81 even.
I've been
Speaking
so
of
disappointed
Team
with the
Galactic,
Ducks' performance.
Our
so.
hosts, after run 11 of 16.
They didn't bring their A game. That's for sure.
Good speed coming down the ramp on that one. What does it translate to in distance? That's pretty good.
Nah. You got to beat like 85.
81.35. Well, maybe not as good from that angle.
Here's
Wispy,
the Wisps.
the captain of the Midnight Wisps. A team that sits solidly in 5th. Just 1 medal to their name thus far. Chasing the O-Rangers and the
Not
Minty
bad.
Maniacs, and an 80.90 will put the Wisps in 9th. 4 yet to go.
All right, racers.
The Rangers, Minty Maniacs,
All right, all
Crazy
right.
Cat's
Let's take
Eyes,
home gold.
Raspberry Racers are
Come
top
on.
4 in the standings overall. And what can Rizzy do?
I think that sucked. Yeah, I think that
A
was
little
dog
bit
shit.
flatter of a launch angle, perhaps.
That was ass.
A spray of sand. The
That was
official,
ass.
look at that, right there looking down the line, and a 79.40. Not
Who the fuck was that?
what
Rizzy,
the
you're
Raspberry
retarded.
Racers had hoped. That puts him in lowly 12th.
Like, just
Blue
jump.
Eye, carrying the hopes of our 3rd place, Crazy Cat's Eyes. And that's going to be pretty good. In fact, that's going to be number 1, 83.30. The Crazy Cat's Eyes have taken over the top spot. Minty Swirl from the Minty Maniacs just saw that feat, chasing the 83.3. And how close is it going to be for our currently P2 in the overall standings? And that's going to be well back. Just a 9th place result on an 81.20 all the field is so bunched up. It all comes
All right,
down
I
to
need these people
Mandarin
to
for
do
the
bad.
O'Rangers. Will it be another gold for the O'Rangers?
No, that's not.
It's a decent jump. But no, it will not. Just 12. 80.80 is not enough to topple the Crazy Cat's Eyes, who get the gold over Balls of Chaos and Mellow Yellow Savage Speeders. Resurgent in 4th and 25 points to the Crazy Cat's Eyes. And that will make them purr.
The Crazy Cat's Eye.
Just their second medal of these games, and it's gold. And for their efforts, a $5,000 donation will be made for the food bank for New York City. In the Crazy Cat's Eyes name. Congratulations to them. Thanks also to Last Week Tonight for making that happen. These top 4 teams have been extremely consistent thus far, and the Minty Maniacs have vaulted up into the top spot by just 3 points. Balls of Chaos make a climb of 5 places, while the Crazy Cat's Eyes sit in 3rd. Next event coming on the 16th will be the 5-meter hurdles, and we hope that you'll join us for the next event of the 2020 Marble League, sponsored by Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Fuck, my nose is so fucked right now.
As the 2020 Marble League, sponsored by Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, reaches Event 6, who will be jumping for joy at the end of the 5-meter hurdles. Hello, everybody. I'm Greg Woods. Welcome to the Andromedome as the course set up for a technical, tricky, and physical blast to the finish. The 5-meter sprint mixed with hurdles, as King Stardust will show from lane number 1. The goal here, stay off the walls if you can. Try to be in the middle of the track when you reach the hurdle. Otherwise, it's going to slow you down doubly with the friction from the wall and from the hurdle itself. Cross the line first, and you will advance.
Any Mellow Yellowers?
from
Sad.
your heat.
Mellow Yellow fucking blows.
Team Galactic, their king, ever the sport.
Raspberry
Just
Racers are
give
going to
it a
rise
try
up
for
here.
'em.
We're
As we
scared
get
of the
ready for
speeders,
heat
though.
number 1 with Momo, Minty Maniacs, Team Galactic, and the Oceanics. And the Oceanics and Minty Maniacs strong out of the gate. But looking through the hurdles as it changes to Team Galactic. They're running away with it. Minty Maniacs will get second. 2 captains in that one. Neither of them win the heat. Despite that slow start from Team Galactic, they had it where it counted as they worked their way through the hurdles. And a several-length victory. Oceanics coming in last behind Momo. Next up, Balls of Chaos, Green Ducks, the Hornets, and the Crazy Cat's Eyes, who are fresh off of a gold medal. And it's the Hornets who are quick out.
It's all about
they
the hurdles.
lead, and it stretches.
the
Balls
ducks,
of Chaos.
the ducks
Watch
are
down
getting-
at the bottom, Crazy Cat's Eyes. They're going to make a move and get the win by 25 thousandths of a second. The Hornets just getting hung up ever so slightly. But the third to last and second to last hurdles smooth throughout
They got
were
fucked.
the Crazy Cat's Eyes. And they will cross the line first. Referees in their comfy chairs, keeping a close eye.
Oh, shit.
on
Let's go,
everything.
Razzie.
Raspberry Racers, O'Rangers,
our captain.
Mellow Yellow, and the Thunderbolts. It's
Let's
Mellow
go,
Yellow and
Razzie. You're
Raspberry
a
Racers.
fucking
Neck and neck, but
racer.
Racers are
You
going to stretch
are
it
a
out. If they stay
racer.
clear, they're going to have a huge victory.
Woo!
And it is. In fact, it's a new Marble League record. 8.439. What a job to set a new record. That was a close battle, by the way, for second place. As we look at the slow-mo line on the cam, Rangers definitely took it. Mellow Yellow fell back to 4th. Excellent job.
Let's fucking go.
On just an
Thanks,
early
Captain
heat
Phoenix.
to get that record.
Oh, here's the
Savage
speeders.
Hazers, Midnight Wisps, and the Bumblebees.
This is going to be an intense race.
Midnight Wisps quick out of the gate. Savage Speeders up top. They lose out on second place. Hazers trying to make a climb for it. Watch at the bottom, though. Who's actually going to get it on
told you
top
it'd be
there?
intense.
It
I
could be
told you.
Savage Speeders. Where did that speed come from at the end? Hazers were right in there as well. And that angle, it's going to be tough to tell. We're going to need to see right down the line. Here it is. Whoa! By 3 thousandths of a second, Wuspy gets the win from the heat. And heat coming from behind.
Close.
And what might have been an easy victory up until that point. As you see the rankings by time, the bottom half of the order, 9th to 16th. Ready for semifinal A, Hornets, Team Galactic, Raspberry Racers, and the Savage Speeders. Raspberry Racers, great start. Can they keep it up? Savage Speeders, they had a little burst of speed. They're slowing down, but they're neck and neck so far. Raspberry Racers are going to get across, and they've reset the record. Razzie gets it.
We're too
Savage
good.
Speeders just hung with them, and they kept station all the way down. The last 2/3 of that course, their speed seemed to be increasing, but so is the Raspberry Racers. They are all abuzz, quite robust. After setting the record, Crazy Cat's Eyes, Minty Maniacs, Midnight Wisps, and the O-Rangers. And the Wisps, again, a good start, but a little bit slower than the Crazy Cat's Eyes. Their lead continues to build hurdle after hurdle, and they'll come across the line unchallenged. Hold on.
What?
It's another new Marble League record.
What? No!
Unbelievable. Falling like dominoes right now. The farther we get into this Marble League, you can tell the intensity is ratcheting up, because when a new record falls, those who are about to run, they get that little extra inkling, I gotta beat that.
Bullshit.
There you see 5th to 8th. As we ready for the final. Important to note, though, after that hurdles performance, they're going to sub in Razzie for the final. Razzie getting some medical checks afterward. And that has been allowed by the JMRC.
Okay, okay.
So interesting here. How will that affect where they finish? Anti-Maniacs, Raspberry Racers, Savage Speeders, Crazy Cat's Eyes. Another good start for them.
Baby, come on,
but
baby.
Look at this. Raspberry Racers with Razzie. The reserve is holding on and will get the goal.
Done.
What a story there. Razzie, after careening really hard into the catch area, a little bit shaken up, and just like that, the Raspberry Racers go from the peak of performance to uncertainty, wondering if they're going to be able to carry on. But Razzie steps up and gets them a win. Raspberry Racers get the goal. And with that, a $5,000 donation will be made in their name to Food Bank for the Heartland. Made possible by last week tonight. Wisps and the Speeders sharing the podium, but it's the Raspberry Racers ripe with happiness. Minty Maniacs holding a 1-point lead over the Rangers and Crazy Cat's Eyes. Top 4 did not move.
4th?
But certainly Raspberry Racers have to be feeling a little bit of momentum from there. We hope you'll join us for the next event in the Marble League 2020, sponsored by Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, Block Pushing. Thanks for watching, everybody.
What an intro.
The strength shown in block pushing comes not from a single marble, but from teamwork and strength as a collective, which makes this event in the 2020 Marble League, sponsored by Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, that much more interesting.
Shut the fuck up.
Welcome back to the Andromedome, everybody, where the Minty Maniacs hold
Fuck
a
the
1-point lead
O-Rangers.
over the O-Rangers and Crazy Cat's Eyes. Thanks for watching on Greg Woods, event number 7, a tried and true one that will see Team Stardust head down the track, push the block as far as they can. You don't want too much separation, although a marble here or there can sometimes be used to push them farther in a last flourish. 2 teams competing at the same time in each heat. But it's not really a head-to-head between them, because out of 2 heats, they will take the best individual run to count toward the championship. Otherwise, it's just bragging rights. Crazy Cat's Eyes and Balls of Chaos, off they come, and nearly pushing the block out of the track is the Crazy Cat's Eyes. You can see that red marker, by the way, between 80 and 85. That is the record that they're trying to beat. So Crazy Cat's Eyes gets a 70-50, compared to 67-65 for the Balls of Chaos. Thunderbolts and the Minty Maniacs now. Minty Maniacs holding that top spot in the standings, doing just enough to stay out in front, but not enough here in this heat. It's the Thunderbolts that will get the better of them, out towards 75. Look at the chaos over in the Thunderbolts lane, jostling back and forth, side to side. Not quite what they wanted. If they could get that patched up and push it forward, they may have had a go at that record. You can see also the numbers after the push. That is a provisional spot where they are in the standings. Oceanics and the Hornets. Oceanics kept much tighter together, but it's the Hornets that had more speed coming down the ramp. Look at all of the bumps that they had. Really, the Oceanics only had 1 or 2, and then they almost got sideways, but it was one after another for the Hornets. 1, 2, 3, 4 more that they just kept careening into each other. 76-80. Hornets take the top spot for now. Green Ducks, who desperately need a good finish, and Mellow Yellow, same can be said for them. And appropriately, it's close between them.
I think they won.
Who gets the better of them? It's neck and neck, even at the last
Ducks
little
pulled
push. I think the Green Ducks are going to hold on.
That being said, this is like
very close. Just a centimeter
Mellow
between.
Yellow versus Green Ducks.
Move to second for now.
It's the losers bracket. It really is.
And especially these early runs, I have to think it's more about the team on the other side of the wall from you than it will be later.
Oh, never mind. They actually did damn near the
further.
best.
But the second
I'm
round
an idiot.
is going to be different. Savage
Oh,
Speeders,
shit.
Midnight Wisps are next
All right.
up.
This is going to be a good one.
81.8, the mark to beat. Oh, and that's very close until the end. But look at this, Midnight Wisps.
those are two
They've gone
top
past it. That's a new
Yeah.
Marble League record.
Fuck.
In fact, they've obliterated the old record.
Fucking Christ.
Savage Speeders might have come very close to it, but 85-80.
That's-
Midnight Wisps set the
brutal.
new goal. Nearly a marble and a half in front of the mark, and then you get to the block. Raspberry Racers, our winners from the last event, and the O-Rangers. Oh, that one's going to be very close. Maybe the O-Rangers by a hair. Yes, indeed.
Fuck the O-Rangers.
The Rangers keeping 3 bunched up on the block while bringing in the 4th anchor of sorts to give them whatever last flourish they need. Happens so quickly, it can be tough to parse through the different strategies. Hazers and Momo. All bunched together, they're opting for that 3-1. Momo does it to perfection, though. And gets out past 75, should be out past 76.
The
Meanwhile, the
Hazers
Hazers
choked.
almost launched the block out of the track.
That ain't good.
Anytime that energy is getting dissipated upward or sideways, it's
This
not
is the shit I'm going to be
going
watching
forward.
when in a
And you
nursing
see that
home when I'm
reflected in
90.
a
Turn it
14th
off,
place
please.
thus far for the Hazers.
Shut up, man. Don't fuck with
Galactic
my
and the
sports.
Bumblebees.
Oh my god.
Even though the Bumblebees got off to a better start, it was Team Galactic, came from behind, and added a bit at the end. That's getting them close to 80. Good enough provisionally for 3rd. So there we see the results of run number 1. 85-80.
What a
well
stomp.
clear of the field by 4 centimeters. Balls of Chaos in the Crazy Cat's eyes. Line up again.
You're invested
Even
because
separation
this shit
between
matters,
them, but the
dumbass.
result again goes the way of the Crazy Cat's eyes. They have been very consistent throughout, both this event and the games as a whole. You can see how it compares to their first runs. Minty Maniacs and the Thunderbolts up now. Fairly even for them as well, and it's a decently even result, but again, the Minty Maniacs are going to get the win between them. How does it compare? Again, we see a little bit of that chaos on the bottom lane. And the Minty Maniacs, not great. They did improve, but for our championship leaders, not where they want to be. Hornets and the Oceanics, 2 teams that are at the bottom of the order overall in the Marble League. 14th and 15th for the Hornets and Oceanics, respectively.
Oh fuck,
Let's
I've
get
got
a
to
look
move my
down
mic
the
again.
line here and see where this ends up.
My bad.
Oh, that is so even right at the end. It will be the Hornets, just barely. Half a centimeter, maybe. Marble League prides itself on being exact with their measurements. That's why they have so many referees down there. And actually, both of the runs are worse. So no improvement. Mellow Yellow and the Green
did I
Ducks,
say?
can they improve on their first runs?
There's no White Claw in here.
Mellow Yellow does get the win between
Play,
them.
Nick.
but This is, in the second runs especially, less about bragging rights and more about where you're going to finish in the overall standings. Oh, and again, the second runs, markedly worse. Green Ducks sitting middle of the pack. I think they'll take that for now, considering they're 12th in the standings, 32 points compared
Oh,
to
the
Minty
Ducks are
Maniacs,
beating me. I can't
91.
even talk shit.
So only a handful have gotten better. See if the Wisps and the Speeders can do it. They were great in the first one, not great here.
Nope.
A lot of energy being dissipated perhaps in that first go. And it just stopped for them, barely in the neighborhood of 70. It's going to be disappointing for both of them. Look at how big of a difference it was.
Wow.
85, almost 86, down to not breaking 70.
All right, we got to beat the O'Rangers. Come on, Raspberries. Beat
O'Rangers
their
and
ass.
Raspberry Racers. They hit the block with a
God!
flurry and get out past 80,
Damn
have
it.
the O'Rangers. That'll set them up well. Taking the block in the lane, using that fourth anchor marble to give that final extra distance.
You call yourself a
Raspberry
sports
Racers at
fan?
the bottom
Name
looking a
two
little bit disjointed.
Razzie and Ruzzy.
It is an improvement for both, and in fact, the
Tridex?
O'Rangers move up to second place.
Don't fucking test me.
Only a few marbles left to go. It might be working out well for them. Oh, wow.
Oh, my
that
God.
Was very disjointed. In fact, absolutely chaotic. We nearly had marbles switching places. The Hazers.
Yikes.
Dead last.
Yikes.
55-35. That is not better. Not so for Team Momo. They move up the standings. And so it comes down to this final heat. Our leaders are guaranteed a medal, even if these two break that mark. Will they? No. Not even close. Not even 65 and not 75, so Team Galactic will settle in at a 5th place. And given the host's curse that ever hangs over the Marble League, I think they're going to be happy with that. Who's happier? The Midnight Wisps. Marble League record, Marble League gold. Well done to Momo. Lurching up there into 2nd place, and the O'Rangers, who are 2nd place team in the Marble League thus far, get a good points haul out of it. And for winning gold, the Midnight Wisps will have a $5,000 donation made in their name to Gleaners Community Food Bank of Southeastern Michigan. Congratulations to them. Thank you also to Last Week Tonight for making that possible. The two-heat block pushing gives us a little bit of a mix-up in the standings. The O'Rangers and Crazy Cat's Eyes both jump the Minty Maniacs. Midnight Wisp move up into 4th. It's still bunched up at the top. Be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for more as we get ready. The best part about the triathlon is you get 3 events squished into one, and the winner is the one who can manage all 3 disciplines the best. Hey everybody, I'm Greg Woods. Welcome to Event 8 in the Marble League 2020, sponsored by Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. A sand track, a Marbula 1 style circuit, and final part, an underwater race. As King Stardust, ever keen to try all of these events, we'll get things going. Onto the Marbula 1 style circuit, S-ing its way downward. A little chevron right before the drop. Pick up a lot of speed, and then underwater we go.
Oh, fuck.
As if you weren't gassed at that point
The Oceanics.
enough, you have to meander the dangerous currents underneath to make your way to the bottom. Team Galactic, the Hornets, Crazy Cat's Eyes, and Balls of Chaos get things started here. And it is Galactic entering the circuit first. Hornets close behind, and then a good battle developing between Balls of Chaos and Crazy Cat's Eyes. But you don't want to jostle too much because you're expending the energy that you may need to get you going through the hardest part of the course, the underwater section. You can see the speed drop to a crawl. The Hornets are trying to get a little draft as they move to the right side of your screen as you look at it now. They're approaching the finish line. Have the Hornets taken the lead? Yes, they have, and they will cross first. The captain of the Hornets puts in a 32.10. Nearly 4/10 ahead of Pulsar for Team Galactic, and a good run for them. A lot of intricacies to this event.
My friend Biotox has sent me this.
Momo, Green Ducks, Savage Speeders up now.
After this.
Entering the sand portion. Ooh, and banging from side to side. Ooh, and a sharp impact there with the Savage Speeders and Mellow Yellow.
I don't see the Speeders losing this.
Off the back of the pack. Momo up
but
front.
They may.
Green Ducks going to try to make a move on Savage Speeders, hopefully, as they enter the water. They're going to be side by side, well spread out at that.
I don't know.
As we look underneath.
They can't catch up from here.
This is a very close battle for
the
second
Ducks.
place. Momo is going to win, but who will get second? Mellow Yellow is not going to catch up, so it's going to be the Savage Speeders.
Damn.
Just a couple of tenths at most.
He fucking
in front
sent
of the
me this
captain
shit.
of the Green Ducks.
Oh.
Right at the finish line there.
Fucking mint ice cream.
Mellow Yellow. Difficulties
Fucker.
continue. They sit at the bottom of the standings, even with one medal.
Oh, here we go.
Not where they want to be.
Neo
Heat
Rangers
3,
again?
The
I'm
Thunderbolts.
whoop
Minty
their ass.
Maniacs.
Come
the
on,
Rangers,
Ruzzy.
And the
Come on,
Raspberry
Ruzzy.
Racers.
Oh, that's not a good
And
start.
the O-Rangers.
Oh, no,
get off to a
Ruzzy,
good start.
Ruzzy, come
Raspberry
on.
Racers have some difficulty, and it looked like the O-Rangers hit the edge of the circuit track as they entered it.
We got to get past
With
this
the
mint
draft, the
fucker.
Thunderbolts. Step for step they are. A little shoulder back from the O-Rangers.
Oh, we're
Gives
coming
some
at a fucking
separation.
disadvantage
Minty
here.
Maniacs are going to try to take advantage of that.
Damn
O-Rangers
Minty
first into the
Maniacs.
water,
can-
but they're very slow. Minty Maniacs
Fuck.
fall to last. Dropping off first. It is the O-Rangers. Thunderbolts going to try to get a little bit of
Oh
a draft.
my
Can they move to the side?
God.
Not in time. Those two will come through first and will advance. Anti-Drizzle and Ruzzy close behind, but not close enough. The Rangers leading the standings, 2 golds, a silver, and a bronze. Hazers, Bumblebees, Midnight Wisps, and the Oceanics. Bumblebees off to the lead, suddenly jerk to the left, and now fall to dead last. The Oceanics take the top spot, desperately wanting to do well in a water event. For once, it must be this time. They have to think. Their coach has been prepping them like
The
crazy for this.
Oceanics.
It's more of a mental thing than anything, but they're going to lose it as they drop into the water. The Hazers come up
Wait,
first,
what?
but they lose second place as well to the Wisps. They're going to try to block them, but the Wisps
Oceanics
more
suck.
speed. They're going to get by, and they will advance.
How do
Oh.
the Oceanics lose mid-water?
Shore from the Oceanics cannot get it done. And the Bumblebees
How did that even happen?
coming in last. Hazers pretty amazed with that, sitting in 10th in the standings. They need to get something going, and quickly. As we take a look at the bottom of the order based on time, Coach Mello has to do something to get a little bit more out of Mellow Yellow in the upcoming events. It cannot keep going on like this. In the meantime, up top, we have the first semifinal. The Hornets, the Midnight Wisps, the Savage Speeders, and the O-Rangers. Midnight Wisps had the lead, but the O-Rangers are able to navigate the sand course much more cleanly. Savage Speeders holding in second place, trying to
Oh
block
my
and
God,
keep
not the
everybody behind.
Rangers, man.
The Rangers lead come down just a little bit as they drop and enter the final stretch, now into the water. Top 2 will advance, but the second place battle is a 3-way heat. Now it cools off just a little bit. O-Rangers still holding the lead. It's the Hornets. Both will advance to the final.
Man. O-Rangers
Waspy
almost
and
lost it
Rapidly
there.
come in next. And what will inevitably be the battle for 5th
True,
place.
It's
The
true.
other part of that battle will be the 3rd and 4th place finishers in the second heat. That sand portion, devilishly tricky. And shoot you side to side instantly. Momo, Thunderbolts, Hazers, and Team Galactic, our hosts. And it's Galactic who fall out to last place. They have some ground to make up, and they do! Trouble getting onto the track gets Galactic into second place behind the Hazers. Hazers not even looking over their shoulder at this point, just trying to focus on what's ahead of them. A lot of ground to be made up from 3rd and 4th place right now. A great entry into the water by the Hazers and Galactic. If they can keep that speed up, they will advance to the final, but watch 3rd place there. Momo is creeping up just a little bit. Speed is increasing as they drift toward the center of the track. Are they going to make the move? They do, but it's too late. I think it's too late for Momo. Look at just at the last second they pulled out to try to get around. And we'll wait for the photo finish here. Super slow-mo necessary. Oh, they got it! I think they did! By 1/100th of a second. Team Momo advances.
Imagine trying to cheat by hitting
Galactic
Rangers
gets
instead of
5th
using
place. Decent result, but
Shut up.
right down to the wire. Great use of understanding fluid dynamics to make that move in the draft. Our top 4. Who will win gold?
Oh, snap.
Hazers bumped hard, fall to last place. The Rangers trying to track down
That was some serious
the Hornets
PvP.
up ahead. Momo in 3rd place. Can they pull off a come from behind once more? dropping down the slide for the final time as they enter the water. It's anybody's race at this
Not
point.
the O-Rangers.
The O-Rangers make a move
No.
for the lead.
Anyone.
Momo is going to try their same draft. They do. They close up almost too quickly. But now they're going
Come
to make a
on.
move for the lead. And they do. Everybody
No.
is right up there.
Yes.
The Hazers shoulder on through and will get the goal. It's officially going to be a photo finish. But while Momo and the O-Rangers were fighting, the Hazers said, "Pardon me, I'm coming through." Foggy gets the win by a 1/10 of a second over Momo. Orangin comes in third. Stinger, the captain of the Hornets, picks up 12 points in fourth place. And what a job to navigate the water. It was arguably the most difficult part here. The Hazers pick up the win, and for their victory, a $5,000 donation will be made in their name to the Greater Chicago Food Depository. Thank you for making that happen, courtesy of Last Week Tonight. They lug the podium up to the sand portion. Looks like it'd be a little extra work, but I guess better than being underwater. As they revel, Momo, what a job snatching advancement from the jaws of relegation. The O-Rangers still hold the top spot, but Midnight Wisps now move into a tie with Crazy Cat's Eye for second place. Minty Maniacs close behind. Please remember to subscribe
Wait,
and
what place?
stay tuned for more.
Hold on. Let me see that shit again, dog. What do we got? Fifth still? Dude, O-Rangers are 120, man. How do you catch up to that at this point?
Minty Maniacs close behind. Please remember to subscribe and stay tuned for more here on the Marble League 2020, sponsored by Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. Thanks for watching, everyone. In order to capture Marble League glory, you must be prepared for every contingency, every possible medium, and every possible surface, including the Sand Moguls. Hey everybody, I'm Greg Woods. Welcome to Event 9 of the 2020 Marble League, sponsored by Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. Here in the Andromedome, an undulating course that will test our marbles in a slightly different way. As you see King Stardust attempt this downward winding, bumpy pathway. You've got to absorb the shocks, absorb the impacts, read the course well, and choose your path wisely. If you hope to be the winner of this event, en route to a possible Marble League championship. Our first heat, and it's the Oceanics out in front. Minty Maniacs holding in second place. They draw up on them just a little bit, but the bottom of this course comes at you quickly, and by a 1/10 of a second, captain from the Oceanics pips the captain of the Minty Maniacs. Oceanics, there's been so much talk after the last event and another disappointment in the water events.
Who the fuck?
Trying to get their
I
heads
wasn't
on straight
ready.
and
No!
make a comeback.
No!
Here. You wonder how much that's going to be weighing on them in an event that is very much the opposite of a water event on the dry sand. Heat 2. Crazy
Did we
Cat's
get
Eyes,
last?
Balls of Chaos, Green Ducks, and Team Momo. And it's Crazy Cat's Eyes out in front. Green Ducks make a move for second place, but fall all the way
Okay,
back
third.
to last. Momo will get the win in front of Crazy Cat's Eyes. Momo, they have been trending well of late. Green Ducks just getting out of sorts and bumping the wall, and that completely put them on the wrong trajectory, and they fell to last. Goes to show you there is no one single pathway that you have to take going down this course. You have to adapt. You have to move back and forth. Savage Speeders, are they going to illustrate that here?
Oh, they're
A nudge
so
from the
fast. They're
Bumblebees.
so
Galactic
fast.
takes second place. Here come the Midnight Wisps. Oh, and an impact there will give the Bumblebees advancement. Savage Speeders win the heat, but the Bumblebees just got it done. They were drafting on them. Here comes Team Galactic. Here comes Midnight Wisp. Look at them. They're nearly in last place, but a great end of the course and a little shoulder there. Make sure that the Bumblebees will be moving on. Shoulder there. Make sure that the Bumblebee that didn't sting too much. Thunderbolts, Hazers, Mellow Yellow, and the Hornets. Hazers out in front after that fantastic victory in the last
Damn.
event. And they're just stretching it.
Yeah, Hazers
Nobody's
stomped.
going to challenge them at all. What a run by Hazy. Yellow did well. to move out of the heat also. After a brief challenge there. But smooth and steady.
I need something to clear my
well.
sinuses. I need something spicy, I swear.
Comes across the line with plenty of
Like,
room to spare.
I don't know what's going on, but my allergies
Same
are fucked
for
right
yellow.
now.
You gotta feel pretty good about that. There
Actually,
you see 9th.
Let me ask
through
Nick for some allergy
16th.
medicine. Be right back.
Green Ducks.
I need to get this
Difficulty continues. But Mellow Yellow, they've been on the bottom of the standings. They've got a great chance here to make up for that. It's Savage Speeders out in front. Crazy Cat's Eyes. They're going to lose out to the Oceanics just briefly. Oh, hard impact shoots the Oceanics to the front, and they win the semifinal. Calculated or unplanned, it worked perfectly. A little bump there from Mellow Yellow puts him in contention for second place. Good move back by Crazy Cat's Eyes, but the impact put all of that energy forward, and the Oceanics, charging forward like a tsunami, get across the line, and we'll move on with the Savage Speeders. Semifinal B, Hazers, Momo, Minty Maniacs, and the Bumblebees, and some difficulty coming onto the course. Minty Maniacs weaving back and forth. Here comes Momo into second place past the Hazers, but the Hazers get him back at the line. 600th of a second, and the Minty Maniacs are moving to the final, along with the Hazers. 3 gold medals between those two teams alone. It was very close at the line, but the Hazers made the move just in the nick of time. You see how bumpy this course is. There are the rankings, 5th to 8th. A good finish for Mellow Yellow. They've got to be happy with that. They're finally going to get some decent points. Still, a good chunk of this Marble League to go. Oceanics, Savage Speeders, Hazers, and the Minty Maniacs. Also some difficulty coming out of the course, but it's the Oceanics out in front. But for how long?
What?
The Hazers are challenging. Minty Maniacs are challenging.
How do the
Nobody's
Oceanics
going to get
win?
by. Redemption for the Oceanics.
I got some allergy
It's
medicine, so I should
anybody's
feel a lot
race
better.
at this point. That slight impact,
I missed
and
a
nobody
lot?
could make the move
Fuck.
from there.
Did I
Oceanics
miss,
get the gold, Hazers
all
the
right.
silver, and Minty Maniacs the bronze. How thrilled are the Oceanics after that? Only one team ran a sub-8 run and ended up being your silver medalists.
The Minty Maniacs, the Hazers, and a surprising first place.
The
The
Ducks suck.
Oceanics
That's your team, Crumpet.
find some redemption, find some gold, and find themselves on the $5,000 donation to the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank, made possible
How do the
by Last Week
Oceanics
Tonight.
win that?
Donation will be made
Of
in
all
the
things.
Oceanics name.
That's ass
Not
backwards.
sure they were expecting that. Just gives them a little extra element of Tide pride. The O'Rangers hold the top spot. Minty Maniacs just edge out Crazy Cat's Eyes for second. Midnight Wisps fall to fourth. Still a lot up for grabs here in the Marble League 2020, sponsored by Last Week Tonight with John Oliver.
With John Oliver.
Buckle up, because the 5-meter sprint is a blast of speed that comes at you quicker than you can say 5-meter sprint.
Still in 5th,
Hey
huh?
everybody, I'm Greg Woods. Stardust,
Hi, Greg.
not going to be out there doing a test of this. He's actually in a fan photo session, but good thing is it's fairly straightforward. You run down the track, you cross the finish line, and that's pretty much it. I would do it myself, but I'm up in the commentary box, and it's a little bit of a trek to get down there. All right, our first heat. With the
Oh, here we
Savage
go,
Speeders,
Razzie.
Balls of Chaos, Raspberry
Razzie.
Racers, and the Hornets. And it's the Speeders
Come on,
and
Razzie.
Racers
Oh, the
out in front
Speeders
and
are so
will advance out of the first heat. Velocity comes through.
We qualified.
6:106.
We'll take it.
You can see quick out of the gate were the Hornets, but just unable to sustain that speed as they jostle back and forth between the edges of their lane. You see it even down here. They're still bouncing back and forth. That's definitely an example of what you don't want to do if you want to win in the sprint. Bumblebees, Team Galactic, the Oceanics, and Mellow Yellow. Bumblebees, great start on the upper lane. Galactic in second, but with speed in the bottom part of the course, they get the win. Who got second? It's the Oceanics. Barely. About 100th of a second was all that separated them. Very slow start for Mellow Yellow here. Oceanics and Galactic start building speed. At about this point is when the Oceanics kick it in. By then, Galactic's too far gone.
That's a throw.
Ooh, nearly a photo finish for second place. The Hazers, Momo, Minty Maniacs,
Fuck Minty
and
Maniacs.
Crazy Cat's Eyes. Minty Maniacs.
No.
A
Don't let
good
them win.
launch out of the gate, but the Hazers
Beat their ass,
respond well
Hazers.
and stretch
Beat
the lead.
their ass.
They'll cruise to a victory. And hold on, that's a new Marble League record.
As long as it ain't the
Hazers
Minters.
broke the world record set back in 2015. That's a record that stood for a long time and several Marble Leagues. Phenomenal performance. That will, at this point, earn them a record and advancement. Will it earn them a medal as we continue on? Midnight Wisp, Thunderbolts, O-Rangers, and the Green Ducks. Oh, Green Ducks hanging on in second place. Can they hold on to it from the O-Rangers? They will.
Fuck you,
Thunderbolts get
O-Rangers.
the win. But that's pertinent.
Good job,
because
Ducks.
The Green Ducks have had a terrible time in this Marble League. They had the lead just barely. Thunderbolts retake it here, but then the eyes shift to that battle for second.
Almost first.
And I think Green Ducks got him. Yes, they did. And it was closer up front than I thought it was. 0.003 of a second between Bolt and Billy. The thing is, both will advance as we take a look at the bottom of the order for this event in Marble League 2020, sponsored by Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. Mellow Yellow continues to be down there at the bottom, second to last.
Okay.
We're going to be having some big
Oh, thank
discussions
God.
within that team
I don't have to go
tonight.
against the Speeders.
Semi-final A, Oceanics, Green Ducks, Savage Speeders, and the Hazers. Oceanics!
Oh, snap.
Stretching it again. And can you believe it? The Oceanics have reset the record.
How are the Oceanics doing this?
We've had it fall again. And after a great performance in the Moguls, the Oceanics have come to play. Question is, who got second place? I think it's Savage Speeders.
The Ducks are so bad.
But the Oceanics
Ducks are so
with
bad.
a Marble League record. It is Savage Speeders by 1,000th of a second. Velocity pips Smoggy. The marbles are looking sharp today. As sharp as
All right, here we go.
round
Oh, God.
marbles can, but anyway, semifinal
Come
B,
on, Razzie.
Thunderbolts, Minty Maniacs, Galactic and the Raspberry Racers. Minty
Oh,
Maniacs
God.
out in front. Is anybody going to get some speed down to the bottom of the course to
we didn't get
challenge?
second.
They will not.
We did. Oh, my
Minty
God.
Fresh gets it over the captain
Barely.
of the Raspberry Racers. And those two will be moving on to the final. A pretty even race between those top three, especially second and third right there with Galactic and the Racers. Bouncing back and forth, those little bumps off the wall, all it took to make the difference. Minty Maniacs will cruise on through with the Racers as we get ready for the
Think
final.
of this up, Jack and No McCoy.
Fifth
Here we go.
through 8th. Astron from Team Galactic finishing in 7th. We're going to have that discussion at some
Here
point
comes
about
the
when
final.
the host curse is dead. I don't know. All right, the final.
All right, Razzie.
Oceanics,
All right,
Raspberry
Razzie.
Racers, Minty Maniacs, and Savage Speeders. Speeders are quickest out of the
it's
gate.
over.
Minty Maniacs building
Maybe not.
speed. Are they going to pass him? Yes,
It
they
is.
will, but watch on the top lane. This may be a photo finish. The Oceanics tasted it once. Now they've got gold fever. They
Fuck.
want more.
Did we get third?
It's neck and neck up top. Minty Maniacs pull out the lead. Watch the Oceanics up on the first lane.
No.
Minty Maniacs get the gold.
Damn it.
Oceanics with the silver by 0.002 of a second. Savage Speeders get third, and the bronze. Raspberry Racers come close, but still get 12 points. What a finish! The Minty Maniacs have performed beautifully over the course of this Marble League.
We don't even get on the podium.
They were rewarded once more by
Fuck.
standing on the top spot of the podium, and the Los Angeles Regional Food Bank will receive a $5,000 donation in their name. Minty Maniacs jump the O-Rangers to take a 9-point lead at the top of the standings.
Still in
Crazy
fifth.
Cat's Eyes remain in third, just in front of the Midnight Wisps. Be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for more. Marble League 2020, sponsored by Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. Thanks for watching, everyone.
The Oceanics must be rubbing themselves with their custom-made fish oil.
Probably.
In space, no one can hear you scream. But here inside of the Andromedome, there will be plenty of that as we get ready for Event 11 in the Marble League 2020, sponsored by Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, the Black Hole Funnel. Hello, everybody. I'm Greg Woods. This will be an interesting one, with speeds that pick up astronomically once they pass the point of no return, which in black hole parlance is usually the event horizon, as we see King Stardust and one of his star crew.
How does this work?
Started here. All right, I'm not going to continue those puns through the course of this whole event, but you see the speed really pick up here. There can still be shouldering for position, back and forth, collisions, especially in the upper part of the funnel, but once you get this speed, you have to stay composed, because otherwise you're going to be feeling pretty sick when you get to the bottom of this one.
Whoa.
As we get our first run, we see two members of each of 4 teams descend into the funnel and begin those wider pathways, the better to keep you in the funnel the longest. It looks like the O-Rangers are doing the best job of that right now, but we'll have to see where it comes down.
I can't tell.
Hazers, look at this. Clementon and Tangerine get the win. At this point, those 2 orange marbles doing the best job. 5 seconds clear of the field, passing the 20-second mark for one of those. It gives us a little idea about the mark to beat. And the Rangers will be feeling pretty good with that. We get ready for the second heat.
Oh, they have Quacky on.
Down they come. Spinning all around, and it just goes to show you how easily you can transition from that far outside line to being shot downward immediately. A couple of green-hued marbles in there. Momo is one of them. The Green Ducks are the other. But Momo has had one through already. Both Hornets are out. Momo comes through in a 1940. We've got past 20 seconds for Crazy Cat's Eyes. Both of the Green Ducks, in fact, nearly getting up toward 30, and we will surpass it for our winner of this run, Red Eye, the captain of the Crazy Cat's
Shut
Eyes.
up. Get out of my face.
Heck of a job there. 55.72 is the number to beat thus far, and Crazy Cat's Eye is sitting in 3rd in the championship right now. A little gap developing between the Minty Maniacs and the O-Rangers up front.
Thank you for the
but a
$10,
close
Brickstone.
midfield once you get down much farther than that. Green Ducks doing pretty good with a 2-marble performance, also in that solid range.
All right, we got Rozzy.
Yellow, Midnight Wisps, Oceanics, and the Raspberry Racers descend now. Just a few minor little collisions coming off the ramp. You hear some clicking as they start to enter the fastest point of the funnel when everything turns into a blur.
I don't think we're doing
you
well
can
here.
hardly tell which marble is which.
Oh, God.
But it looks like the Midnight Wisps are in good position from what I can tell. Both Mellow
Yikes.
Yellows, both
Yikes.
Raspberry Racers are through. Both Oceanics, which only leaves both Midnight Wisps. What will the times
Wow.
be? Neither one past 30. 2 very different lines being taken by the Wisps upon entering the black hole. And at this point, look at how well ahead both of them are, but a 47.53 puts them provisionally 3rd. Remember, these aren't so much heats, even though I may have said that earlier, as proper timed runs. Midnight Wisps. Team sitting in 4th in the standings. Down they come here. Minty Maniacs, Savage Speeders, Team Galactic, our hosts, and the Thunderbolts. 3 captains among them. Only Minty Drizzle is not in there in the captains group. Minty Mint drops on through. There is Minty Drizzle. Thunderbolts coming next along with Team Galactic. Savage Speeders running well here. They're going to finish both of their marbles last. Can they keep it going past 30? Yes, they will, just barely. 31.06 for the captain. The other non-captains in this run, by the way, Minty Mint, Rapidly, Pulsar, and Lightning, along with Minty Drizzle. There's both Galactics, both Thunderbolts, both Savage Speeders at that point, and their total is good enough to put Savage Speeders on top. In run 4 of 8, that's where they stand. Savage Speeders have to be feeling good with that, and that bolsters their chances just a little bit.
Yikes. 12th place.
To getting
embarrassing.
perhaps a
Truly
podium
embarrassing.
here in the Marble League. They sit in 7th thus far. in the overall standings. You can see the differentials that we have as we descend down once again. Balls of Chaos, Bumblebees, Hazers, and the O'Rangers. The 4 teams taking place in
What's
this one.
your
The
opinion on
O'Rangers
the
seem to be
Savage Speeders?
positioned pretty well thus far.
Savage
If you look on the
Cheaters.
left, you can see the
More like
elevation
it.
that they have in the funnel as they begin to work their way down. Both Balls of Chaos are done. Both Hazers are done. One of the O'Rangers now. Both O'Rangers. And the Bumblebees with B finishing last, but a 24.83 is well off the pace for some of the runs that we've seen thus far. The O'Rangers provisionally up in P1 right now, but a lot of teams left to run. We know that mark to beat, though, is past 81 for the cumulative total. It gives you a little something to shoot for. And look at how beat they are once they get down there. I imagine they'll be spinning for days after this one, but they've got to regroup because more events in the Marble League are coming. On 6 of 8, 81.98 is the overall time to beat. It's Crazy Cat's Eyes, Green Ducks, the Hornets, and Team Momo. Just 2 captains in this heat, Momo and Red Eye. Red Eye finished on top. The last run between them.
I think the Ducks are
No
owning.
finishes quite yet, but we should have one already. There we go. Momo and the Green Ducks coming through in a very quick time. That's not what you want. Crazy Cat's Eyes, both Hornets are done now. Both Crazy Cat's Eyes are done.
That duck is hanging up.
Momo gets a 22.32 and Quacky a 25.27. I'm not sure that's going to be enough. Great trajectories coming in. But once they all get down in there, it's a bottleneck. You almost wonder if it's going to be stopped at some point because all the marbles are trying to get through. But look at this Crazy Cat's Eyes. They have done enough. They carry their great total from round 1 into round 2, and they move to the lead. Tough to tell as it's happening. The Crazy Cat's Eyes staring off.
They have
wondering,
a fucking logo.
Are they going to be able to hold on?
All right, here we go. Rozzy and Rezzy. Oh, God.
Get ready
Oh,
for
God. We're so
the
fucked.
ultimate run. Raspberry Racers are descending down there. Midnight Wisps appear to be well positioned with both of their marbles. I think there's a Mellow Yellow up there also.
Oh, my
Raspberry
Lanta.
Racers and Oceanics drop one through. Both Racers and Oceanics are done. Mellow Yellow,
Actual
18.7.
trash.
That's not bad for
What
Yella.
the fuck?
Wespy comes through past the 20 mark. Yelly, nearly 23. And Wispy, the captain for the Midnight Wisps, is the last to descend through the black hole and does enough. 95.56 takes the Midnight Wisps to the top spot.
Fuck off.
They can finish no lower than 5th with one more run to go. And that's pretty good for this team, who currently sit 2 points off the podium spot right now. They've got to be feeling pretty good with this. And also, hat tip to Mellow Yellow. They sit at the bottom of the standings, but regardless of how the next one goes, they're going to be guaranteed a top 10 finish today. The final run. You can dethrone those at the top spot. Minty Maniacs, Savage Speeders, Team Galactic, and the Thunderbolts. They're getting to the event horizon pretty quickly. Spinning around, disappearing into a blur. The first one through is the Thunderbolts. Minty Maniacs, both Thunderbolts are done. Both Maniacs are done. Still a lot of speed up top, though, as the Savage Speeders drop their captain through. Team Galactic comes next rapidly, and then Pulsar, 25.30, the best time among them. How does the math work out? The Savage Speeders have done enough.
Fuck off.
They win the Black Hole Funnel event.
God damn it.
Rapidly and Speedy team up to go slowest, but that's what you want here. The Savage Speeders were on it from the get-go. 58.32. It was a big drop-off to the second run, but it was 7 clear of the Midnight Wisps who get the silver. Bronze going to the Crazy Cat's Eyes, who continue to perform well in the Marble League. But it's the Savage Speeders standing atop the podium, and it will be their name on a $5,000 donation to the San Antonio Food Bank. Possible by last week tonight. O'Rangers hold the top spot by a single point now. They've gotten above the Minty Maniacs.
Y'all a bunch
The
of
Wisps come
bandwagoners.
next. Then it's Crazy Cat's Eyes as we get ready
Fuck
for
you.
the relay run coming up in a few days. We hope to see you back here for it, for another adventure in the Marble League 2020, sponsored by Last Week Tonight with John Oliver.
God. All right, Raspberry Racers, come on.
We're coming down the home stretch in the Marble League 2020, sponsored by Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. Today, the Relay Run, an event that combines pure speed with teamwork. Hey everybody, I'm Greg Woods. 4 lanes, and you will have handoffs to deal with, chances for plenty of things to go wrong, but also chances to dig deep, see how your competitors are doing beside you, and a sprint to the finish as illustrated by Team Stardust and Team Rolliver. The first handoff, very important to set the tone.
Oh, shit.
The bottom handoffs, the key to getting the win. The anchor coming home,
Slammed him.
perhaps give you Marble League glory. Crazy Cat's Eyes, Savage Speeders, the Oceanics, and Mellow Yellow. Very slow start for the Crazy Cat's Eyes. Great first leg for Savage Speeders, but Oceanics coming through in the bottom couple. Savage Speeders aren't going to challenge them.
No.
And it's a new Marble League record, in fact. They beat the old record with only 2 1,000ths of a second. And I believe that's the first time we've ever seen a record like that broken in the very first heat of an event. Savage Speeders would have done well enough to win any other year, but Oceanics finding their footing.
Damn. Beat the
But they
speeders.
didn't burn too much energy for later heats. Call them heats, but the Oceanics looked pretty cool there. Minty Maniacs, Team Galactic, the Bumblebees, and Momo.
Anyone but Mint. Anyone but Mint.
Bumblebees out in front, but the next handoff gives it to Momo. Can the anchor leg bring it home? Yes. Team Momo, by 31 thousandths, gets by Team Galactic, who were sitting last at this point in the replay. They're now in third, but it's the anchor leg that elevates them one more spot, making all the difference between relegation and advancement.
Perfect.
Bumblebees sitting toward the bottom of the order they could have used. Moving on. Momo down in 9th. They're fine with that. Balls of Chaos, Green Ducks, the Hazers, and the O'Rangers. Hazers get a good start. Balls of Chaos on the top lane. It's anybody's race at this point until the O'Rangers stamp their authority in the bottom 2 handoffs and reset the record.
Fuck the
They didn't just reset it, in fact, they obliterated it. A sub 8-second run, and the O'Rangers have a mark that may be pretty difficult to beat. Hazers will advance with them, but well adrift off the back. Our current leaders in the Marble League set the time to beat the Wisps, Raspberry Racers,
Come on, Raspberries.
the Hornets, and the Thunderbolts. The Wisps out in
This
front
is
of the
what
top
you
lane,
do.
stretching
Come on.
it through the first couple of handoffs. The
It's
race for
what
second
you
is heating
do,
up, though, and now the
motherfuckers.
anchor leg stumbles, and the win goes to the Racers. The Hornets also get by. It all came undone on the final handoff. Everything going so well here, but difficulty transitioning to the anchor, and 2 great handoffs from the Racers and the Hornets.
That's practice and hard work paying off.
Hornets sitting in 15th
Right there.
in the standings. They need that. Look at this. Crazy Cat's Eyes, Minty Maniacs, Mellow Yellow rounding out the bottom. Balls of Chaos just missed moving on to the semifinals. The first of which coming at you now. Hazers, Momo, Raspberry Racers, and Savage
Come on,
Speeders.
babies. Oh,
Three-way
no,
lead
oh,
up
no.
top.
Come
Momo
on.
now.
Let's
threatens
go.
the lead.
Let's
Raspberry
go.
Racers with a
Let's
big
go.
burst of speed. They're going to bring it home, but who got second?
Yeah,
That
let's
is
who
gonna
got
be
second.
a photo finish. This swung back and forth so many times.
Look at this, look at it.
A
Last
3
place.
marble lead there, transitions
Boom.
to a 2. Now it's back to 3. The Racers come by, get the lead. The battle is between the Speeders and Team Momo. We'll slow it down here.
the fuck?
Can't really tell from that angle. The Racers have it by about 6 or 8 lengths, and the Savage Speeders advance.
Dang.
1 millisecond is all the difference between the Speeders
All right.
and Team Momo. On to the second semifinal. The Rangers
Semifinal.
set that top time.
Don't let the
Oceanics,
O'Rangers in. Don't let the
Galactic.
O'Rangers in. Don't let. Come on.
And here come the O'Rangers
Oh
again.
my
Is this going
God.
to reset the record? If not, it's surely going to be an easy coast into the final. They didn't break 8 seconds, but they did break the competition on that one. Oof.
Okay.
Or should I say, ooh. Oceanics holding on to second just barely from Team Galactic.
They're doping. They
About a
really are.
length or 2. What a job by the Oceanics.
That's
They're gonna
just
be
not
tough
right.
to beat. Heading into the final, Galactic gets 5th, Momo 6th, Hazers, and then the Hornets.
All right.
800ths down from that next spot. Raspberry Racers, Savage Speeders,
A solid
O'Rangers
start.
and the Oceanics.
Oh, God.
Raspberry Racers and O'Rangers are out in front.
Oh,
the
no.
O'Rangers have done it again, but here come the Speeders in the lane right next to them. It's going to be the Savage Speeders that get the win. Well back of the field through that handoff, still in fourth. Fantastic transition there, and the anchor leg, I think, is going to bring it home. Yes, they will. The Savage Speeders have done it again. After the last event, they jumped 2 spots up into 5th. They're going to jump a little more here. And a close battle between the O'Rangers and the Oceanics. Despite the Marble League record, the O'Rangers couldn't get the gold. That honor goes to the Savage Speeders. O'Rangers, silver, Oceanics, the bronze.
It's so clear with all the records being beaten by nobody's teams tonight.
It's true.
Congratulations to our top.
I really do
finishers.
think half the teams are
Fantastic
cheating. I
job
really
by
do.
them. And for getting gold, a $5,000 donation will be made in the Savage Speeders' name to the Second Harvest Food Bank of Greater New Orleans.
Honestly,
and Acadiana.
disgusting to see this many bandwagoners
Just a
for
quarter
the
of
Savage
Marble
Speeders.
League left to go,
I'm
and it's a
sticking with the
10-point lead
Ducks
for the
till the bitter
O'Rangers.
end.
But the Savage Speeders are within
You're gonna
striking
reach the end.
distance, really, as are the Minty Maniacs
Oh
and the
my
Midnight
God,
Wisps.
6th
Mellow
place
Yellow
now. We're just climbing down
cannot
slow.
win it. Next up, the high jump here on the Marble League 2020, sponsored by Last Week Tonight with John Oliver.
You're both
Thanks
cheating.
for watching, everyone.
That's what I'm saying.
I gotta support my team. I got some hazer anal pizza. Would it be the first time what been shit on? Feels bad, man.
Event 13 of the 2020 Marble League, sponsored by Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, takes us to new and dizzying heights. Hey everybody, I'm Greg Woods. Welcome to the high jump. Did you know, by the way, that 55% of our viewers are not subscribed to our channel? Make sure you're with us for the final few events. Click subscribe. Take a look at King Stardust here coming in under the bar. Each marble's going to have 2 attempts at a height. If you don't make it in that time, you're done. King Stardust came oh so close, but just for posterity, he is going to take it easy for the second jump. Divided into multiple rounds, each
Subscribe,
marble will
okay.
be performing until it passes 37 centimeters at height
I did
in the
it.
first round. We'll start at 35.5, and Quasar from Team Galactic easily gets by.
Nice. Good jump.
In fact, also gets by 36, 36.5, and 37 is the first failed attempt.
You're all dragged up
Things
in
come
that
at you
mellow
pretty
yellow
quickly.
not
We've
coming
condensed
first
it
there
down
as top
just a
class
little
gifted
bit.
athletes. Therese, no way they
But on
come
jump
back.
number 2,
That's
Quasar
not true.
gets by.
Mellow Yellow has
37.
always been pretty damn shit.
Now on to Raspberry Racers. 35.5.
Okay.
Easy.
Let's go, Ruzzy.
You know, this event is really about getting in your own head. If
No!
you mess up on the first jump, you really
Ruzzy!
have to put yourself back together
What are you
in order to make
doing?
the second one, especially if you had that momentary lapse on an easy height. You really got to focus. Ruzzy from the Raspberry Racers does not
Oh.
make the same mistake twice
Thank God.
and easily gets by.
Come on,
Ruzzy
you can
does
make
not
this.
make it 36.5, though, and we'll have one more attempt.
Okay, one more attempt. Come on,
Just a little
Ruzzy.
bit
Come on.
off on the launch, and actually doesn't make it past 36.5.
Oh, Rangers are obviously juicy.
I agree.
On to the Green Ducks with Ducky. 35.5. Piece of cake. Makes sense for ducks. Flying comes naturally, I suppose. Past 36, 36.5. Also
What?
fairly simple. Best performance
Oh my
by
God.
the Green Ducks as it gets past 37, in fact. Coming on the black hole funnel just a couple of events ago, and then otherwise you have to go back to the funnel endurance when the Green Ducks last did well. On to the Hazers, where 36 becomes the
Fuck it up
tripping
again, Misty.
point.
Fuck it
Hit
up
the
again.
bottom of the bar, actually, on that one, did Misty. So she's going to get another jump to pass 36, and does. Sometimes it's not a matter of ability, but sometimes focus. You can be just a little bit off when you are trying to reach the apex. Misses on 36.5. Second attempt coming. Cleared. Remember, if you're getting past that 36, 37 mark, your round one, done. On to Wizzy. 35.5 for the Savage Speeders. Oh, cleared it, and then I think came down on top of it. Yes.
Jesus.
That's another example of just timing your arc
Too goddamn
and
fast.
planning it out correctly can make a big difference. But thankfully, Wizzy was able to put it together in the second attempt. Had the opposite problem this time, coming in at the bottom of the bar on 36.
Wizzy, use your brain.
Savage
Come on.
Speeders, of course, sitting in second in the overall standings. Winners of the last two events, the Black Hole Funnel and
So
the
do you
Relay
cheated
Run.
and checked the final results, and
They
it
do
shows.
not advance out of round
you
one
kidding me?
here. Do I
My
sense
ass.
some booze? Captain of the Crazy Cat's Eyes, Red Eye, stumbles on 35.5. I know that kind of gives him a little bit of nervousness. If you mess up on what is supposed to be the easiest one, the benchmark, but 36 comes and goes and would have had enough for 40 on that one. Sometimes overcompensation can run your energy stores dry later on in the event, as the first attempt at 37 does not make it for Red Eye. Gets it on the second go, however.
Wow, we're
The
getting
Crazy
stomped.
Cat's Eyes, our fifth place in the standings.
Everyone's making
Make it
this,
out
and
of
we
round
couldn't do
one.
it.
Aqua from the Oceanics, easy at 35.5. On to 36.
Oh, you said some.
And
Of you.
also-
I see.
Careens over it smoothly. 36.5, still not a problem for Aqua. Oceanics sitting middle of the pack could use advancement. Does not make it 37 that time, but we'll have one more attempt. And hits the bottom of the bar. Oceanics do not
How many
make
more
it
videos
past
are there?
37. Thunder from the Thunderbolts. The captain of the team sitting toward the bottom of the standings.
3?
That's
Okay.
the only three teams below the Thunderbolts. Well, two of them have never been in the Marble League before, and the other one is Mellow Yellow, who's had a world of trouble. On to 37 already for Thunder. And a thwack of the bar. Ready for the second attempt. Gets it. Thunder is moving on. Dizzying heights indeed. Some of the people up in the stands are up there pretty high, but I don't think there are any poor views inside of the Andromedome, as Yella clears 35.5 and 36 with plenty of height to spare and distance around the
Wow.
bar. 36.5 comes and goes. Did they get out of the first round? Yes, indeed. Yella clears it. Minty Swirl from the Minty Maniacs. Not a problem. Third place team won the very first event, won the third event, got third in the event in between,
Jesus.
and it started to come to form a
Can you
little bit
bet on
more
this?
of late.
I don't know, Tubby.
Bronze in the Sand Moguls, gold in the 5-meter sprint, and they advance out of round one here. On to Snarl from Balls of Chaos, who easily gets by on the first go. On to 36. Did not clear that one. May have had the height, just not the trajectory. Snarl tries it again and does not make the same mistake twice. On past 36.5, in fact. Snarl easily past 37. That was a strong showing from
Wow.
Balls of Chaos. Waspy from the Midnight Wisps. Very consistent across this Marble League. Usually in the upper part of the standings for most of the events. In fact, got a silver back in the Black Hole Funnel. 36.5 with room to spare from Waspy. At 37, easy.
Oh my God.
Again, this was set up because most of these heights were fairly standard for the competitors. We've seen what they have done in the past.
Oh,
in
Rangers,
the
come on,
practice
fuck up.
rounds that these marbles do usually without people watching from the stands. And of course, all the training that they put in month after month gives the committee a bit of a ballpark for where to start with this. Mandarin clears 36.5, 37. Also not a problem for the O-Rangers. On to Stinger, the captain of the Hornets. Maybe getting a little close to the bar on the approach. On both 35.5, ooh, and 36. Dangerously close, in fact. And it caught up to him there. Stinger just broadsides it. May have had the height. Oh, yes, indeed, had the height. 36.5. And with that same trajectory, 37 should be easy, and it is. Momo. Captain for Team Momo stumbles out of the block there. Not a good height or trajectory. Shot straight
Unlucky,
upward.
Momo.
We'll get another attempt, and thankfully gets by. You know, I spoke to several of the teams beforehand, including Momo, and one of the things that they all told me was not to get too discouraged if you mess up on the first run. Momo looked better in the middle part of the Marble League, with silvers in block pushing and the triathlon, and a chance for more here as 37 comes and goes. Honey from the Bumblebees. I mentioned that they and the Hornets were first-timers in the Marble League. Obviously having a lot to live up to with the show that the Green Ducks put on in their first Marble League.
I don't know where the fuck
Bumblebees down
everyone's
toward the bottom of the
standing is
order
right
with
now.
the Hornets, showing that, one, it's not easy, and two, what the Green Ducks did was pretty tremendous. Honey gets by 37, and they'll be moving on.
There it is.
There you can see how everyone did in the opening round. Savage speeders. Pretty shocked at that. But now we'll start the second round because there's still 13 marbles left with a pretty big chance that the Marble League record could be broken. That one goes back, by the way, to 2017. Our hosts get us going. 37.5. 38. How high can Team Galactic go? Did not make it at 38.5, but will have another chance at it.
Another what?
Team Galactic, experts at finishing 5th in the Marble League. But gets it on jump 2, and that does beat the record of Yella from 2017. The new record will be assigned, of course, after everything is done, because there's still a lot of competitors left to go. But for now, there you have it.
These
38 for
ducks.
Ducky from the Green Ducks. Can't get it at 38.5. Bottom of the order. Listen to the crowd still buzzing from that. And does get it at 38.5. All right, that's where we will hold them. And then we'll go on to the next round for those that clear 38.5. Misty, a lot of spin. Get it on the second try? No.
Jesus, man, my
Hazers will be stopped at 37.5. Red Eye comes up for Crazy Cat's Eyes and nudges the edge of the bar. Wasn't quite a bottom hit. Needs just a little bit more height. And gets it. With some to spare, in fact. Red Eye will have a go at 38 now. Same problem as the first run. Decent spin, decent height. Just got to get that launch angle and can't do it. Crazy Cat's Eyes are done. Our 5th place runners in the Marble League. Means there's a chance for some other teams to make some progress. Could the captain of the Thunderbolts be one of them? Thunder clears 37.5. A little bit to spare. 38. No, went under the bar completely. Didn't even hit it. Had the height, but just way off on the angle. And as a result, Thunderbolts, they're also done.
Unlucky.
Thunderbolts, their best event thus far was the long jump. Couldn't get the height here. Yella.
Yella.
Former record setter. Just watched that record fall. Oh, can't get 38.
Ouch.
Needs to make this one if Yella wants to reclaim that title.
Nope, it ain't happening.
Back to 2017, mind you, and does get past 38.
Fuck.
Yella also breaks the record from 2017 and 38.5.
What the fuck?
And we'll be moving on. Minty Swirl clears 37.5, but not 38.
One more attempt.
Minty Maniacs
Damn.
do get it past on the second try and stay alive. 38.5, no. One more chance to join those moving on. Oh, and they had the height, but landed on the bar. In fact, you could see the bar bending underneath. It was such a solid vertical impact. Only then did it jump off those pegs. Snarl has watched mixed fortunes on the runs beforehand. Fails on jump 1, but passes on jump 2 with height to spare. 38 comes next. No, not that time. Also, shout out to the referees, by the way, who are on this high stand at bar level watching. Hopefully they aren't afraid of heights. 38.5 Snarl gets by. And Balls of Chaos are on to the next round. With each passing marble, field is getting whittled down. Wuspy, or will the Midnight Wisps be in that mix? Can't get it on 37.5. That was just a slight glance of the bar. That one was a harder impact, so Midnight Wisps are done. Much better on the first try. That one, a harder hit. Mandarin from the O-Rangers. Clears 37.5. Second.
Fuck you, O-Rangers.
38. Jump
Get out.
1. Didn't get it.
Fail again.
Good
Come on.
distance on the bar. Not that that counts
Damn
for
it.
much. Gets 38. Mandarin has a chance at advancement at 38.5 and clears it. With some height to spare, this record will be falling. Question is, who will stand or fly victorious at the end? Stinger from the Hornets once in on the party. Gets 37.5, but not 38. Next jump, though, does get by. 38.5 upcoming. And will join the fray. Now Momo. Bump on the bar there. Does not clear it. Second attempt. Sails on past. It was good to get past the first height that is thrown at you. Now you can start focusing on these later ones. 38. Gets it. 38.5. Gets it as well. So Team Momo will be advancing. Onto the Bumblebees. Honey trying to stretch her wings and can't do it that time. Second attempt. Does clear it. Some of these marbles have a lot more spin than others on these launch attempts, as Honey gets past 38. Now, I realize that there are no style points, but still, some marbles have a flair for the dramatic. As there you see those who have moved on.
Damn, some of your top competitors were eliminated
Final
at the beginning.
round, though. And Quasar does not get 39. There you go. Does on the second jump. So rather than having them go until they stop, we will go basically round by round from here on out. Ducky. Second attempt?
Nope.
No. So they are done. The Green Ducks will finish in the top 10. I think they were really eyeing a top 5 if they could. Mellow Yellow, they'll be happy somewhere in the top 10, but they do get by 39. So how many will be eliminated? I'll tell you how high up Mellow Yellow will be finishing. Ooh, well off the mark there was Snarl, almost past the bar, hitting the front side of the bar, so put the marbles back, and does not get past 39 either. Mandarin from the O-Rangers clears it. You can feel the intensity ratcheting up here. Stinger from the Hornets now. Can't get by the bar on that attempt. We'll have one more. Stadium abuzz. And that turns to a disappointing buzz. I don't know what that sounds like, but Stinger can't get past 39. The Hornets are out. So that is, again, one more spot that some of the likes of Mellow Yellow, for instance, are climbing up the field. Momo will have to rely on jump number 2 to get by, and does not. Oh, was looking so good earlier, but Team Momo is out at 39, which has caught a lot of these teams out. Bumblebees, what can Honey do? She gets by easily. Oh my gosh, well above 40, in fact. Let's hope she saved some of that up for the next round. Said it was daunting for those referees. It's even more daunting for these competitors to go up that high. All right, 39.5 for Team Galactic. On some of the remaining marbles, doesn't get it. Needs a lot more height on the second run. No, Quasar is done. So Team Galactic. And Yella joins them on a failed first attempt. Will anybody get past 39.5? No. Jump number 2, also failed. Bottom of the bar on that one. You can see the angle of the bar, how it goes flying, how
sorry.
square they were. And Mandarin gets over it. 39.5 the lead to the O'Rangers, our championship leaders. Honey from the Bumblebees. Ooh, that was looking close. May have had the height. And does on jump number 2.
Beat
It's
'em,
turning into
Bumblebees,
a good
please.
battle here. As our newcomers, the Bumblebees, into the Marble League this year. We've whittled it down. 40, and Mandarin clears it.
They're on drugs.
With some space
They're
to
on
spare.
drugs, right?
All right. The marble is in your court now, Bumblebees. Honey? Ooh, bottom of the bar. Needs more height and a better angle. Honey? Doesn't get it. So the Bumblebees will get the silver, and the O'Rangers
injury.
will get another gold. Question is, how high can the O'Rangers get? Mandarin will attempt to better the record. And does.
Drugs. Actual
40.5. Just by a hair. Attempting 41. Nope. This is just for extra glory right now. They know they've got the gold. Mandarin. No, not quite. However, it is still a new Marble League record.
Whatever.
40.5. In the high jump, Mellow Yellow gets the bronze. Congratulations to them. Bumblebees the silver, but the O'Rangers get the gold. And as a result, a $5,000 donation will be made in the O'Rangers' name to the St. Louis Area Food Bank, courtesy of Last Week Tonight. Whew, a long event. Look what it's done to the standings. Not much. Only
Fucking
5
bullshit,
position
man.
changes overall. None among the top 5. So the O'Rangers still the team to beat as we move into the aquathlon. Thank you so much for watching the Marble League 2020, sponsored by Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. So long, everyone.
Where's your team, the Raspberry Larrys? I mean fairies, I mean worry, I mean losers.
Shut the fuck up, man. Don't kick me while I'm down. We're getting beaten by cheaters.
I hope you're ready to take the plunge here in Event 14 of
Oh
the
my God,
2020 Marble
seventh.
League, sponsored by Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. Event 14, the aquathlon. Hey everybody, I'm Greg Woods. What is an aquathlon? I hear you asking that question. Well, it's a hybrid event where you have a sprint down a track, just like we had in the normal sprint, but then the marbles will plunge into the water for a run down to the finish line. As you've seen in other aquatic events, that can be very treacherous no matter how short the run. 2 teams will go head-to-head, starting off in their own lanes. Once it is that sprint to the finish, it is the 3rd marble to cross the finish line that determines the time. So you can lose 1, but otherwise you have to stay as a team. It will be a tournament-style format, pure as can be, even with a third-place consolation match. Our first runs, the Green Ducks and Balls of Chaos.
Okay.
Let's see how this will go. Balls of Chaos with an early lead.
It's all about the
but everything
third marble.
changes when you get to the water. In fact, there it changed even before they got to the water because the Green Ducks took the lead. You're watching for the 3rd marble.
Oh, the Ducks
that
have
will be
it.
the one to trip the finish line, and thus far it's Balls of Chaos trying to play catch-up as they split the Green Ducks, and it will be a close match. In fact,
this
nearly
camera
all of
sucks.
the Balls of Chaos
What is this shitty
were
camera?
right there, but the Green Ducks get them by 18/100ths of a second.
It's in
You
double.
see the green circle indicating the winning marble, the red circle indicating the losing marble. This is going to be tricky. If all of them were that close, my goodness. Savage Speeders taking the lead here. They're nice and bunched, those top 3. But as you drop into the water, sometimes that can be to your detriment because you'll land on top of each other and might shoot you backwards. So far, these Savage Speeders are out in front. In
Oh,
fact,
they
all
won.
4 of theirs are going to cross before the 3rd marble for the Hornets. It's a half a second win by the Speeders. Now remember, in this tournament-style structure, you don't have to get a super fast time. You just have to beat the other team.
Guys, my
Crazy
allergies are
Cat's
killing me.
Eyes and the
Like,
Bumblebees.
I keep having to
Cat's
mute
Eyes sitting
'cause
in
it's just
5th
bad.
among that gaggle up there in the top for a podium spot. Bumblebees had a great showing last time, but are still down in the order a little ways. They jumped 3 spots up to 11th, but can they do better here? They do get by the Crazy Cat's Eyes, but only just. Watch on that top lane. That trio of Crazy Cat's Eyes may threaten to steal this one away. And did they? The Bumblebees get it by 0.06 of a second. That was so close. Not even a length between them. It's difficult also because you can see the reflections down below. I know that can trip some people up. So watch on the top side. Team Galactic and Momo. Galactic with an early lead on the land portion. Now they dive into the water. A little drafting going on. We've seen how treacherous these currents can be, but also the power of the draft. Who's going to get it here? 3 marbles up in front. I think it's Momo.
What? I missed it.
And it is the
Holy
same
shit.
gap that we just had, in fact. 0.06 of a second, and only by a nose. Team Momo down in 9th in the standings.
I'm about to take a second Zyrtec.
Galactic all the way up in 6th.
Oh, shit.
Raspberry
Here we go.
Racers and Mellow Yellow. Kind of the polar opposites of the ends here. The Racers were up on top early, but they've slowly been dropping
Don't
down
fuck
the
this
order.
up.
Now currently in
Don't
7th. Mellow
move.
Yellow cannot win.
Move, move,
They can't even
move.
qualify in the top 3 and
Oh, that
auto
bitch is in the
qualify
back.
either.
You are gone. It is up
But
to
they're in
these
a
3.
solid line here.
Come on.
But trailing the top 3 marbles
Oh,
from
it's
the
done.
Racers.
We win.
Nobody's going to
Get
make the
fucked.
move, and the Racers will coast on home. They will advance to the next round.
Let's
by
go.
well over a second and a half. 2 bronze medals for Mellow Yellow, not enough to get them off the bottom spot. Minty Maniacs and the Hazers, 2 top half of the order teams. Minty Maniacs slow out of the gate to start, but a little separation for the Hazers could give them a little opening, and here come the Minty Maniacs. Those top 3 for the Hazers still holding the lead. Watch that top marble, needs to gain some ground if they're hoping to advance, and they're not going to do it. The Hazers get on by. 8th place team wins by half a second. Pretty good gap as well. Not even close. The O'Rangers and the Oceanics, latter of whom has captured gold, captured silver, and captured bronze at least once in this tournament. The O'Rangers, they've done multiples of each and lead the overall Marble League. They've done so well in the last few events. Are they going to keep that up here? All 4 of their marbles are in front of the Oceanics, but now the tides change just a little bit. They're swarmed by the Oceanics. The top 2 got across, but
Get
this is
fucked.
going to be a photo finish. There's the 2 for the
Ooh,
Rangers. Oh,
you're
look
done.
at this. The Oceanics may have done it.
Woo!
They did. 400ths. They
Get 'em
win
outta here.
At least a
Get 'em
heat
out.
of the water event. In fact, I think it's a little sweeter because they've dethroned the number 1 team in the Marble League. All right, on to the next event. Let's gather ourselves against the Thunderbolts and the Wisps. The Wisps clear out in front, almost a 4 marble lead. Thunderbolts needing to get something going. It's not going to happen. The Wisps will advance quickly. I'm just still kind of chuffed about the Oceanics in a water event. The crowd is as well. That was an easy win for the Wisps. All right, let's see who advances to the quarterfinals and who gets left behind. It will be the Green Ducks and the Savage Speeders to get things started here. Is this last year's Marble League? All right, Savage Speeders and the Green Ducks, far lane to the near lane, respectively. Speeders just slightly quicker out of the gate, but everybody's staying pretty bunched, at least among the top 3 for the Savage Speeders, and everything changes once they plunge into the water, streaking downward. Everybody is right there. This might be too close to call as well. As the teams start weaving from side to side, everybody's getting mixed up. Did the Speeders just get it? I think they might have. By 1800ths, the Savage Speeders are moving on. Green Ducks down in 12th in the order could have used a shot at the semifinals. But the Savage Speeders shut that down. They are focused on closing that gap to the O'Rangers now that orange team is out. Momo with the lead in the next semifinal. Oh, hard hit as they come into the water, throwing marbles side to side. The Bumblebees are trying to make up some ground. Their top 2 are well out in front of the rest, and it's 3 marbles for Momo, who will get the win. 6500ths. Momo just kept it close enough that they could use the draft, whereas the Bumblebees were all spread out. Quarterfinal C of the
Oh, here we go.
Aquathlon. Hazers, just a step quicker out of the gate, but the speed is not sustained. The
Let's go,
Raspberry
Racers.
Racers will drop their 3 into the water first, but everybody is right there, all within a few
fuck.
lengths. Speed from the Hazers. They take the lead. But it's going to be really close. Watch up top, those two. Oh, they bump into each other. Is that going to slow them down just enough to
I
give
don't
the
think we won
Racers
that.
the win?
Ah!
No! The Hazers capture it barely. Look at how close that was. Even with that collision between the two Hazers, up top, they kept it together.
Fuck.
The Midnight Wisps and the Oceanics in the final quarterfinal. So close between them, a slightly tighter formation, but a nice launch perhaps off of each other from the Oceanics. They're trying to give chase. Wisps out in front. Watch to the bottom
It is a good day to
side.
be a Hazers fan.
And, oh, that's going to be close as well. Under 2/10. But the Wisps will end the Oceanics' dream of perhaps winning a water event. Everybody was moving side to side in that one. Did the Oceanics have put it together at the end? I think they'll be wondering that for quite some time. So it will be Savage Speeders and Team Momo, Hazers and the Midnight Wisps vying for a spot in the final. Momo in the far lane, Speeders in the near. And they're off. Momo, one step quicker. But here come the Speeders on the bottom lane. They're getting separated, though. That may not help them, but a
it's
great
over.
entry into the water.
It's
Nearly
over.
all 4 Speeders were out in front. Momo
No,
putting it
it's
back
over.
together, though, trying to claw that speed back. But this trio, now quartet of Speeders, will cross the line before anybody else. A stamp of authority. The Savage Speeders are on to the final. Not even close.
That
Almost
was just
thought they
brutal.
got off to a great
Imagine
start,
being
but
Oceanic, not
unable
winning
to
this
sustain
wild
it.
event.
That's true. It's
the second
sad.
semifinal, the Hazers and the Wisps. Oh, what happened there? We had a
Oh!
starting gate failure. It's a false start. Hopefully they're able to cordon those marbles before they get too far down the course. They dry them off if they made it into the water, and they're going to be off again. The Wisps with a 3-marble lead, nearly a 4-marble lead before they enter the water. But the Hazers, this is where they have excelled in the last couple of aquatic events. Using a bunch formation up top, the Midnight Wisps are trying to seal off the Hazers from getting by them. This is going to be really close, but the Wisps get it. 8/100ths. How did this happen with everybody up there? That bunched formation actually doing more to serve as a roadblock, I think, to stop the Hazers
I'm going to
from
try and
getting
get people
by, and it
confirmed for
barely
SCP
worked.
while the rest of this
The
plays
Speeders
out.
and the Wisps will advance. Let's watch Team Momo and the Hazers in the 3rd place match to see who gets the bronze. Momo and the Hazers, 1 point apart in the standings. And it's the Hazers who will enter the water first. And great speed throughout. In fact, they bump one of Momo out of the way. A 4-marble lead. Can they hold on to it? They will. It will be bronze for the Hazers. They were 1 point ahead of Team Momo, and they will stretch that lead. Good teamwork. Haze Amaze at a bronze. But now, the final. The Savage Speeders and the Midnight Wisps. 2 of our top 4 teams. And it's the Wisps out to a short lead, but it's going to be evened up and surpassed by the Speeders as they go into the water. But things flip as they gather themselves underneath. It's the Wisps out in front. Can the Speeders put some speed together? This is going to be close. A dive to the inside. I'm not sure who got it. It's going to be a photo finish. Great moves. Don't be watching the first few marbles, watching that next little wave, because that's who made the difference. Going into the middle there, catching the draft of the top 2. The Wisps are gold medalists.
Congratulations to today's winners. The Hazers
By 1/100th of a second, the Midnight Wisps get the gold in the aquathlon over the Savage Speeders. The Hazers come in 3rd with the bronze. Everybody's still sopping wet up on the podium, but the Wisps don't mind at all. Gold medalists, and for their efforts, a $5,000 donation will be made to the St. Mary's Food Bank, courtesy of Last Week Tonight. Now the gaps come down just a little bit up front between the O'Rangers and the Savage Speeders. The Wisps vault up into 3rd, and look at the colors there, up to 5th, unable to win the Marble League. The next event, the Collision. Thanks for watching the Marble League 2020, sponsored by Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. So long, everyone.
All right, I think we're going to try SCP after this.
For many, Event 15 in the 2020 Marble League, sponsored by Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, was circled in red on Marble's calendars. Some dread it, others look forward to the physicality. No matter where you stand, this is Collision. Hey everybody, I'm Greg Woods. Very similar to last year when we saw this event both in the Showdown and the main Marble League. The blue dominoes are the ones that are loose that you can careen right through. Green dominoes, they're not going to be able to be knocked down. But you also see others that will release traps on this test run here. Oop, there goes a red marble, which will launch the ball bearing to come across. Nobody hit there. It won't always launch it. It has to be a fairly solid impact with the triggers in order to make it work. But still, they're always going to be back there looming, making you wonder if something's going to be released. The O'Rangers and Team Galactic will get us started here in the first of 6 runs. All the different strategies that can be had in this event. You'll see it coming. There comes the planet that comes down if you knock over a certain trigger you see over on the left. This will lead to a 4-4 tie. I know there's a lot to explain in this event, but the small little ones, you'll see it triggered on the left side of your screen.
What the fuck?
Starts those red streaks of meteors that release the planetary ball and could create a lot of chaos. A W, by the way, a win. D is a draw or a tie. And an L is what you want to avoid. Green Ducks and the Thunderbolts. They spread out pretty wide. Both planetary balls come down. A couple of ball bearings are released as well. And most of the chaos had already happened at that point. You see the Green Ducks in a much tighter formation to try to spear their way through the Thunderbolts. Well, the Green Ducks getting nicked to the side by one of the planets. And thankfully, it ends there.
The fuck is this?
The Green Ducks will pick up the win, 4-2. Thunderbolts are...
I don't understand. I don't either.
From back in 2016 in this event. The O'Rangers and the Green Ducks largely miss each other, and it's the planets that come flying down and knock off one of the O'Rangers. One of the Green Ducks holds on and then falls off. But most
I think
the
it's
Green
like
Ducks were able
the
to
goal is to not
planted.
fall off, and you get a point for every of your marbles that stay on.
As the O'Rangers just shot like a cannon off to the side, and the Green Ducks get a 3-1 win. Team Galactic and the Thunderbolts here in Group A. A little glancing blow sends most of the Thunderbolts to the far side. Oh, a hard hit from the ball bearing. Launches across. That had a lot of force, and look at down below there, teetering on the edge. How did this happen? There goes the red marble that just gets catapulted on. Oh my goodness.
So yeah, hitting the sides can trigger events.
Marble also way down in the bottom, just holding on.
Dang!
Boy, that was a solid impact. 4-3, Thunderbolts.
Hey, Chance, good morning. I didn't hear when you said what class you were going to play in Shadowlands the other day. Which one?
For the Thunderbolts.
I'm going to play a priest.
Spread off quite a ways to the side there.
Catapult.
Most of the O'Rangers are already off as 2 big ball bearings come down.
Only one O'Ranger left.
Launched across.
It survives.
The Thunderbolts trying to stay and curl on, and they will get this win. I believe 3 compared to the O'Rangers 1. Upper right. There's that catapult that ends up launching a solid ball bearing. You know, sometimes these are chain reactions. Other times, the actual electron ball gets shot across the table from the side. About chaos here, and that was a hard hit. But thankfully, bumping up against that green domino means you're not going to knock it over. Thunderbolts get a 3-1 win. Final match in Group A, Green Ducks and Team Galactic. Neither have ever medaled in this event before. One planet is released. And Team Galactic already still and safe. A bit of an arrowhead coming from the Green Ducks in their formation. We'll try to walk you through as many as we can tell from the replays. 3-2. Galactic over Green Ducks. How does the group shake out? There you see the results. The Green Ducks and the Thunderbolts will be moving on. The O'Rangers, interestingly, will not. Championship leaders out after their group stage. Oh, everybody's spread to the side here as we begin Group B. The Savage Speeders, I believe, will get the win
1 to
Nothing
2.
dangerous tripped here.
This doesn't seem ethical. I see a lot of them walking away with
Replay's coming
injuries
just a
who
little bit
signed
quick
up
to
for
see
this
what the
event.
formation and the strategy is.
Listen, man, it's a
Coming
contact
down the
sport.
ramp, but it's a 2-1 win.
It really is.
Bumblebees
It's not for
and
everyone.
the Hornets. Always interesting when these two square up. Spread out wide, a couple of marbles to the top side. Hornets have everybody on, and I believe they're going to get a sweep. A little bit of spread coming from the Hornets. That's somewhat surprising.
But
for this
is it
event. You'll
required
have
to
be
participate in
the
this
middle
event?
if
For
you
the entire
can.
event? Oh, yeah.
Trying to hit up as squarely as you can and let it come down to brute force. The Hornets.
I've only got one more video
as well
after
as you
this,
can do
and that's
there,
the finals,
5 to
right?
3. Savage Speeders and the Bumblebees.
I'm assuming.
Halfway through the group. Ooh, Bumblebees
Okay.
splayed
Then I'll let it play
sideways.
out.
All 5 of the Savage Speeders are still on. 2 planets released. And somehow, they avoid everything. Savage Speeders did hit a red domino up top, but managed to stay on. It was more of a glancing blow than anything. And it was one of the ball bearings that released the planet from the left that you see coming in. By then, everybody vacated the middle. And I said that was about as well as you could do in a 5-3. No, that's a little bit better. 5-1. Hazers and the Hornets. To the side, a lot of things being tripped now. Chaos coming. Stuff flying all across the board. And where's it going to settle? The Hazers have done it. I can see 3 on from here. It was one of those very large ball bearings just brushes past. Couple of gaps that already existed up there. Definitely don't want to hit those. At least if you bump into a domino, you may have a chance to stay on the table. But if you just go straight through the gap, not going to happen. Hazers, 3-1, get the win. Hornets and the Savage Speeders. The Hornets, the runners-up in this event in a showdown in 2019. And one of the ball bearings coming across, aiming for those pair of marbles. Is going to knock them wayward? No. The Savage Speeders, I think, have done enough. They lose 2 to the top side immediately. Hornets have lost 2 to the bottom already, plus 1 up top. And then there's that final bump. 3-2. Savage Speeders, 9 points, undefeated in the group. The Bumblebees and the Hazers come down now. Good solid impact, knocks them backward, most of them, but a good majority stay on the board. This is going to be 4, I believe, for the Bumblebees. 1 gone for the Hazers, 2 gone for the Hazers, 1 for the Bumblebees down bottom left. Nothing tripped.
4-3.
And yes, indeed, a 4-3 win. So there you can see the winners from Group B, and those moving on include the Savage Speeders
Wait, I didn't even
and the
see how the...
Hazers.
I ain't even paying
Speeders
attention to
still
this
in
one.
their
I'm sorry.
quest to whittle down that
Oh.
lead.
All right, here we go.
Rangers
Group
have
C.
in the Marble League overall championship. It's now down to
Come
20,
on, Raspberries.
and we know it's coming down even further.
Oh, we've
First
got
run
3
of
on
Group
board.
C with the Minty Maniacs. Oh, look at this. One of the referees got hit with the starting gate. A 3-2 formation for the Minty Maniacs in the meantime knocks the Raspberry Racers sideways. But
Wait, what
was
the
the
fuck?
run aborted altogether?
Show the board. What happened?
Yes, it was.
Oh, a
All right,
reset.
we're going to redo it, and
Oh,
this
no.
time some trickeration by the Minty Maniacs means that the Raspberry Racers just fly all the way around them.
2-2?
But were it not for the ball bearing, I think the Minty Maniacs would have gotten that win easily. Instead,
Cheating
this
cucklords.
late ball bearing that comes on is going to even the score at 2. Oh no, actually,
Get him out
that's
of
the
here.
one. That's the ball bearing, so not the little red one. And one of the Raspberries almost hidden in that bottom left ball bearing. Almost missed him. The little red balls are electrons, by the way, electron balls. Except this time we actually know where they are. All the way across come the Oceanics. Fresh off of winning a heat in a water event, but they're going to be bold to the side here. They're doing a good job of hanging on, but just barely. Watch this planet down to the bottom side. It's going to stay put. The Oceanics will move on. 3 of them go all the way straight through the middle, and it's dispersing that energy from Balls of Chaos out to the side. Where the Oceanics gets clobbered by a planet, ball bearing knocks another one. Oh, look at bottom center there. That's dangerously close. We get another planet coming in that misses everybody. Oceanics get a 3-1 win. Minty Maniacs and the Oceanics And they come, and the Minty Maniacs send 3 to the far side. They've already lost a couple. Here comes the Planet, and a hard impact between 2 of the Minty Maniacs, but they don't lose either one. I believe this ends up being a draw.
Fuck Minty. Fuck both these
A
teams.
disheveled entry from the Oceanics may have caused them to lose 1 to the upper left and then 1 to the upper right. Potential disaster coming from those planets that were launched, but the draw gives them both a point.
Okay. We can
Raspberry
beat these
Racers
guys.
and Balls of Chaos up now.
No, we can beat these guys. Work together.
Spread out to the
Oh,
side. Balls
God.
of Chaos still have 4 on, but here come the Electrons
Oh,
and some of the ball
God.
bearings.
Knock them out of
2
here.
more. Oh, one of the ball bearings strikes and
okay.
removes one of the Balls of
Fuck.
Chaos.
2-3.
And I believe they will come out the winners, the silver medalists from this event in the Marble League 2019.
Damn it.
We wait for everything to settle. Balls of Chaos loading up the back portion of their lineup. And they still have 4 on, but this is where it starts to get a little crazy. Because here comes that electron ball to launch 2 ball bearings.
Cocklords in chat are mad that
Misses
Savage
on the
Speeders
first,
went from
but
last to
nails the
second and
Balls of
hate
Chaos
underdogs.
competitor
No,
that
you're
time.
just cheaters. You
And
just
look at
started
the big
doping.
gap that's over there in the corner. No dominoes to save you. Still, the Balls of Chaos do get the win, 3-2. They immediately head back up to the starting gate to face off with the Minty Maniacs. Oh, and here comes one of the tripped marbles, launching a large ball bearing. It currently sits 3-2 Minty Maniacs. Will it stay that way? Yes, it will. This
I don't
event
like
always
this event.
perched right on the edge of disaster. Ooh, Minty Maniacs nearly had one saved up top there at the base of that ball bearing launcher. And then there's that
Yeah, this
final
event's
nudge
like
that
RNG. There's no skill
would've
to
normally
it.
tripped something else up there if that had impacted a little bit more solidly. Final in Group C, Oceanics and the Raspberry Racers. Tight bunch for both of them. That sends everybody to the side. There aren't going to be many left on here. An Electron comes shooting across. 2 ball bearings. Here comes another one.
Fuck them up.
And it's heading in the direction vaguely of a couple of the remaining
Damn it.
competitors. No, it just stalls against the green block.
Keep going.
And now it sets its sights on the upper right up
Damn
there.
it.
Note. The audience holding their breath on that one. A 3-2 formation for the Oceanics. Usually works pretty well for them, but this time not so much. And reading before the planet and the ball bearings had been launched, most of the damage had been done. 2-1. Oceanics get the win and have 7 points to the Raspberry Racers 1. The Racers sitting in 6th in the standings overall. They're not moving
Wow,
on.
eliminated.
Oceanics and the Minty Maniacs, however, they are. Only 4 teams can win the Marble League. Minty Maniacs is one of them. Midnight Wisps, as you see here, is another, along with the Savage Speeders and the Rangers. Hard impacts. A lot happening out there right now.
Biotalk sent me
I
this link.
think it's going to be a draw.
Oh,
3-2 and a 4-1.
Don't wanna cover up
employed by
the
Cat's
fucking
Eyes and
results
the
here.
Wisps, respectively. As here comes the planet down and nearly shoots one of the Wisps off, and then the ball bearing tries to complete the job. Instead, a crazy cat's eye meanders on through.
look at
And
this.
that ended up making the difference.
What is this?
This is RNG, then
Momo
how are
and
these
Mellow
things
Yellow.
3-0 right now?
2019
Jealous.
bronze medalists in Mellow Yellow. They opt for a spear and shoot right on through. They've managed to stay out of trouble decently well, but look at this ball bearing on the bottom right is going to sweep one of them off. They would have had the win. Instead, 1 point apiece as it's a 2-2 draw.
If the event is RNG, then how are the speeders 3-0 right now? You're just
Right
jealous.
Planet goes right in between them. Ball bearings everywhere, and then is the ball bearing just doing its job.
Shut the fuck up.
Guiding over to the side. Nearly got hung up and safe. Instead, it ends.
Speeders are gonna get
in
knocked
a draw.
out. Just watch.
The Wisps and Momo up now.
Losing
And
while
a good
on
line by the
drugs.
Wisps that allowed them to stay fairly safe. But as they're bouncing around, they lose another one, and it will stay a draw, I believe. Another 3-2. Oh, one of the Momos is... It actually left and re-entered the field. So that is not going to count. Once you're off, you're off. Even if you manage to come back on. I like the effort. How sneaky, Momo. But unfortunately, these referees are quite professional. And they saw that one coming. Mellow Yellow doing a great job here. 4 of them on.
Wow.
Crazy cat's eyes. We're in the upper part of the standings for a while. They are the best placed team that cannot win the Marble League, but they can still podium. They need to do a little bit better here. Mellow Yellow gets the win. Midnight Wisps next to take on Mellow Yellow. And 4 of them on. Electron Ball shoots across. Midnight Wisps still active. And this is going to be a high-scoring draw, I believe. Let's watch here. One of the Mellow Yellows goes off the bottom. Wisps have lost one to the upper left. Solid impact down to that lower left, and that seems to be the place to go. And oh, look at that down on the bottom.
What?
Wedged between, but still on, even with an electron ball shooting across.
You watch the fucking marbles now?
Oh, no, it is outside the white area. Oh, that was a trick of the camera then.
No, they're actually
that does not count.
I love the hazers.
No one likes
tricky.
Any hazers?
Unfortunately, there's a lot of hazers fans. That pisses me off.
Which one are you?
As the Crazy Cat's Eyes have kept 4 on. Need to get an easy win here with nothing flying about.
Which one are you?
Raspberry Racers.
Is that the
Momo shoot off to the bottom, followed by Yellow Eye.
Oh no, the raspberry.
Has done a good job of staying on.
This is content. These little marbles.
Oh, I watched one last year.
The results of Group D.
Yeah, this is 2020.
Midnight Wisps and Mellow Yellow are moving on.
Right. Yeah, Wisp and Yellow. Now it's the finals.
Team. They don't get 16th
Dude, we
here.
should make our
That dubious
own
distinction goes
marble
to the
course
Rangers.
and live stream it, dude.
You want to make a course?
A whole like I'm talking like from the top of the stairs. Like just
Now
like
we enter
going
a tournament
Like the whole
style
house?
format.
Yeah, just
Quarterfinals.
We would
begin
need-
with
I
the
don't know
Green
what-
Ducks
how would we
and the
do
Minty
that?
Maniacs.
We have to...
PVC pipes.
Maniacs needing to move on.
Actually,
Make a
legit,
charge
maybe.
at
That
winning
might be
the Marble League.
So you could actually
They've already
see
lost one to the bottom.
See, I'm
Oh,
eliminated.
one of the ball bearings shoots off
So
one
I'm
of the
just
Green
watching
Ducks.
these other fucking
And I
teams.
believe that'll
You can see
make the
I've got,
difference.
They've got their
4 to 3 and a 1-3-1.
So I don't know if
that
you
the
know we're
Ducks
playing
went
SCP
with.
in like 30 minutes.
Seem to be going pretty well until
We have like 20
that.
people as of right now. So it'd be 20.
3 for the Green
Discord
Ducks.
is
What could have been
30.
4.
See, here's everyone in
Minty
Discord. They're all
Maniacs have
muted
done
now.
enough to move on.
So,
Yeah, I might join.
okay, get in the
The
Discord.
semis for them.
Right, let me message
Back in the
OP and make sure
quarterfinals,
he's
the
ready
Speeders
to fucking
and
record.
Mellow Yellow.
How long is it?
Tight formations for both, but the Mellow
minutes.
Yellows have lost 2 to the bottom, 3 out the same gap.
Go do your
And
thing.
the Savage Speeders. Birch one down in the bottom left. Standard 3-2 for them. And that gap paid dividends later on. A lot of marbles just crawling their way through. Next up, Oceanics and the Thunderbolts. 2 teams in the bottom part of the standings, 2 blue-hewn marbles. Electron ball shoots across, ball bearing as well. Here comes another one. But everybody's out of the way. And I believe the Thunderbolts have done it. They keep one spinning in the center. One that bumps safely off the ramp. And that's where it stays. Even with the extra marbles coming on, I'm just missing both of those Thunderbolts by a hair. The Thunderbolts are on to the semifinals. Midnight Wisps and the Hazers. Ooh, Hazers come on through. Midnight Wisps have lost a couple. One of the planets is deployed. Here comes the other one. And it's going to miss all of the Hazers. Down in the bottom, but we're not done yet. Oh, splitting them was a ball bearing. Otherwise, that might have cleaned up the Hazers and knocked 2 more of them off. Instead, they're going to hold on here. One of the ball bearings on the left knocked out one of the Hazers. But watch these bottom 2. Big ball bearing, not going to do it. How about a little ball bearing?
I'm sorry. This event
Off
sucks
the ricochet,
ass.
also not going to do
And
it.
I'm low on time. It's
Wonderful
getting skipped.
clean sweep.
Who wins?
All
I'm skipping
5
it.
authority with a Minty made 3 on.
Who the fuck won?
Thunderbolt.
All right, here's your finalists. Fucking winners. I don't care. Dance game me all you want. I am limited on time because I'm doing SCP now. Fucking Speeders, Thunderbolts, and Minty Fuckers. Next event. Last video. Wait, the
It wouldn't
Speeders
be a
won.
Marble
Oh
League
my
without
god.
The Marble League
Fuck.
Showdown. 12 non-qualified teams competing for 8 spots in the Marble League 2021 qualifiers. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hello, I'm Greg Woods. The Andromedome is packed. We're waiting for the final event, of course, of the 2020 Marble League, but it's already time to start preparing.
Hey, the Pinkies
for those
are in the
marbles
crowd.
that did not have their chance. We will start with the relay race, set up same as the main tournament, but the difference is there are 12 teams that are divided into 3 heats. The 3 winners and best runner-up will advance. The Snowballs, Cobalts, Jungle Jumpers, and the Shining Swarm, and we already have a false start in the very first event.
Is this the wrong video? Oh, this is a filler episode? Shit, hold on. Let me go to the end here and it'll autoplay.
Sponsored by Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, and after the closing ceremony, we'll reveal the 2021 hosts. Don't miss
Pinkies almost made it.
Subscribe for more.
All right, is this the right one? No? This ain't it either. Okay.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
This one.
Remember when we watched the first ever video of this together in Discord with everyone when you decided to be a raspberry fan? What a fucking
It's only
mistake
appropriate that
Zella
after
and I
many
made.
events in the 2020 Marble League, a
Shut the
marathon
fuck up.
would close it out. As we get ready for a lot of laps and a lot of potential lead changes and order changes we've already seen here in the Marble League 2020, sponsored by Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. Hey everybody, welcome to the Andromedome. I'm Greg Woods. This difficult track, stretched out as you can see it, nearly 9.5 meters long. We're looking for around 19-second lap time, and with a lot of laps coming, these marbles are going to have to be at their fittest to bring it on home. As King Stardust and John Rolliver will get things going here and demonstrate the different lines
this map
and the
is
different
sick.
pathways around this course. Past the chevrons, over the curbs,
I like
avoiding
these.
the curbs, around that sharp left-hander after the back stretch, then through these flowing S's to take you to the bottom of the course, and that ever-difficult conveyor belt that can make or break a race. There you see the representatives who will be taking part in the qualifying race.
Holy
no fewer
fuck.
than 7 team captains a part of this one. Where will they end up? To start the marathon, let's run them through this race first. Down they come.
on.
You see the speed difference down that back stretch, through the soft right-hander on the sharp left. They descend down here, and it looks like we have a good race developing with the Oceanics and Mellow Yellow already. Mellow Yellow says, oh, we got a marble stuck. Red Eye is stuck on the course. And we have a
Get
local
fucked.
yellow. Not sure the safety marble will need to be deployed here. Let's see if we can spot Red Eye on the left here. There he is. So that may be a tricky situation here. And an
Come
odd
on,
place to
raspberries.
stop, too. We'll have to see what caused that. He gets bumped and they get going.
We are
again
like in dead
as they
last
come
here, I
off the
swear.
belt. That's going to be cause for discussion, I would have to think. A race coming off the conveyor belt. Thunderbolts have the
Oh
lead
my God,
over
we're
the
not even on
Oceanics.
screen
Mellow
anymore.
Yellow, Balls of Chaos, Savage Speeders coming next. But look at that battle for second place. Oceanics get it, and they're going to hold it. That little bump caused Mellow Yellow to lose a few spots, but immediately they get it back and come across the line. Just a couple of laps to go here. Off the belt, it's the Thunderbolts leading by half a second. Savage Speeders up there. Green Ducks into 6th.
Fucking
Now they
12th
lose that
place.
out. Balls of Chaos, Hornets, and the O'Rangers up there as well. Thunderbolts lead. Coming down. Oceanics make a little move there, but can't get it to stick. As they come across the line, they do this time. Oceanics get it by a 10th of a second. 1 lap to go. And this is a very long race that is coming up. So starting order
God,
not
it's over.
absolutely
It's over.
crucial, but it's bragging rights right here. We're hearing that there is discussion already about the incident with Red Eye. The coaches are going to be meeting about it. They're going to be meeting with the committee who have the telemetry as we come across the line here. And Red Eye, now that the race is over, is 1 lap behind. But discussion's ongoing. This is not over yet. It seems that the committee may be seeing something a little untoward in how Red Eye came to a stop. The coaches are leaving the committee room now. I think a ruling is coming. We'll see if we can hear it.
What are they going to do?
How interesting. All right, so it seems that the stoppage was not Red Eye's fault, and the teams unanimously agreed that given their position in the overall lineup for the Marble League, they want to move them up the starting order to reflect that. That's a great bit of sportsmanship here. They want this to be fair. Remember, this is a very long race, so 1 or 2 spots is not going to matter overall. This is more of a symbolic thing, and that is fantastic to see. But the marathon will decide who wins the Marble League, and they are rolling. Big burst of speed down the backstretch, and we already see a lot of lead changes as they bump off those striped curbs. through the S's for the first time, and it will be Mellow Yellow out in front. Oceanics had second place, but lost.
Oh my
to
God,
the
I'm in
Thunderbolts,
last.
but they get it back. Bumblebees also right there. as they're gonna
15.
come off the conveyor
We're only
belt.
losing to the
Midnight
Hazers,
Wisps in
or beating
fourth. Remember,
Hazers.
they need to essentially win this race in order to
oh
have a
my
chance.
God.
We're going to talk about permutations here in
Come
just
on,
a
you
second. But let's
fucking
get settled
fruit.
into the race
Hurry the fuck
flow.
up.
For now, Balls of Chaos holding in third place, holding off the Bumblebees, and a great challenge there. Midnight Wisps get by in the melee afterward. Mellow Yellow, a clean exit off of the ramp. And down they plunge, but it's closed right up again. Good burst of speed coming from the
How's
Bumblebees.
Mellow
They can't
Yellow
take
winning?
second place there, but they may in just a couple of laps' time. Balls of Chaos, they're also getting in the mix. Minty Maniacs, they're locked in a great battle.
Oh,
behind
now
Balls of
Oceanics is
Chaos
winning.
as well as they come
No,
off
they're
the
not
belt.
doing.
Just 400ths between them. Mellow Yellow still out in front as they descend down the backstretch once again. Loss of speed for the Balls of Chaos, and they're falling back into the clutches of the Minty Maniacs. We're going to talk about who these marbles are as the course of this race goes along as well. So talking about permutations, after the last event, Savage Speeders got up into first place by 5 points. The difference between first and second in the overall points that you get from these events is 25 and then 20, so a 5-point difference. Based on the countback, if O'Rangers win this event, they will win the Marble League. They'll be tied on points, but better on gold medals. Midnight Wisps, the only other team that
I don't know
can
what he just
win
said.
the overall Marble League, they would have to win this event. And
We're in
well,
last.
That is pertinent as they run right now.
I don't even wanna
Midnight
watch anymore.
Wisps would be up there because they need the Savage Speeders farther down the order. They would need them in the lower part of the top 10, and if they fall much below that, second place for the Midnight Wisps.
Like, this is
then they
supposed
need
to be
them
our
finish
map.
near last. So we will
Raspberry
keep track of where they run
Racers.
and how that would reflect the instant championship standings, but this is a very long race. A decently long lead right now for Mellow Yellow in the classifications. That's come down just a little bit. Midnight Wisps are doing their part to try to cut into this lead. Nobody riding those curbs through the first sector, at least very few. We found that is maybe not the quickest way to go. Also, getting squeezed on the exit
Greg,
after that
Greg,
long
shut the
backstretch
fuck up.
through that left-hander can really put a lot of marbles out of sorts. You got to be careful there. You don't want it to turn into a ramp situation.
Like
we've
reading
seen
a
in couple
book
of
to me.
other events, and you could go flying off this course. Minty Maniacs doing a great job of holding in third place. Bumblebees lose out on fourth to
I'm
the
mad.
Green Ducks. Look at this charging up. Here come the Crazy Cat's Eyes into fifth place. They are so humble right now to be included in that order based on what happened. I can tell you the team watching on right now, nervous as can be, but thankful for all of the coaches to let them start where they did. Midnight Wisps take the lead over Mellow Yellow, but only just 7/100ths of a lead, and that's all they had starting into this lap. But Mellow Yellow not going away yet. They're going to be neck and neck as they come up the conveyor belt. Minty Maniacs holding in third. Bumblebees up into fifth behind the Crazy Cat's Eyes. And Mellow Yellow gets the better launch, coming over the start-finish line.
Last
Down that
place
ramp.
still.
Shark fin that can really knock you one way or another and put you completely out of position down that backstretch. You've got to be careful with how you handle it.
You're right. We're pacing
Mellow Yellow
ourselves.
is gonna cross
We're
the line
saving
here.
our energy.
1.78. That's as big a lead as we've seen.
We're playing
for
it
quite
smart.
Some time. The Hornets in sixth. Thunderbolts back there in seventh. Oceanics. Look at the
Still
Savage
in
Speeders
last.
down there
Okay.
in 13th. O'Rangers in 14th. Two of the top three are in the bottom few positions of the order. Thus far, I know we've got a long way to go. We're a third of the way through this. This is the Midnight Wisps perhaps to lose. And that would not be expected given where they started this race in the standings. Mellow Yellow knows that especially in a marathon, a big lead isn't always the best thing that you want to have. You have to have enough energy to make it to the end. That being said, if the Minty Maniacs, who have a
More
little
like
lead over the
raspberry
Midnight
please
Wisp,
tell
could
nothing
get
else.
mixed
Stop
up with them,
speaking
that's
to
going to
me.
let Mellow Yellow off into the distance. And what an event that would be if Mellow Yellow could win the final event after being in dead last in the Marble League for most of this entire championship. Midnight Wisps falling back to fourth. Their little burst of speed to get them up to the front. Maybe they're cooling themselves down a little bit. Slowing down to mount a charge later on in this race. Strategies abound. Raspberry Racers bringing up the rear right now. They were an 8th place team in the overall standings. A little disappointing to see them all the way
Raspberry
down
Racer
in
fans
last
on
right now,
Suicide
but
Watch,
still,
shut up.
Long way to go. The lead has come down quite a bit. Just
Mellow
4/10 of
Yellow
a
is
second
winning. It just
between
doesn't
the
make
Minty
any
Maniacs
sense.
Chasing Mellow Yellow. Here comes the speed on the backstretch. They move him around the outside, and Minty Maniacs take the lead.
Fuck.
However, we're only halfway through this race. I don't think Mellow Yellow are too concerned at this point. They just don't want him to get an unassailable lead well off into the distance if they can. Bumblebees holding in third place. And then it's the Midnight Wisps. Crazy Cat's Eyes, Oceanics, Balls of Chaos, Hornets, Green
We've been
Ducks,
in
and
last
Team
this
Momo
entire
will
game.
round up the top 10. That lead down to just a few lengths between Minty Maniacs and Mellow
Oh my
Yellow.
God, we're in
Bumblebees
Africa.
also want to get in the fray. They're going to be one step apart between them coming off the belt. Oh, nice through the first sector. Gets Minty Maniacs. Lead shrunk down to nothing. Mellow Yellow is right there. Perhaps setting them up through these S's. Who can get the better flow coming out of it? And it will be Minty Maniacs still holding on to the lead.
Enjoy the
Midnight
participation
Wisps holding in
Fuck you.
fourth. I don't think that's going to be good enough for them to win the Marble League at this point. Oceanics in fifth. They need a good finish. Here comes the speed from Mellow Yellow and a dive bomb move. Nobody saw that one coming. Certainly not the Minty Maniacs. As the new leader gets on by. Ooh, and a little bit of difficulty coming up the belt. Minty fresh. I think a little stunned after that. But now, getting back together and makes the move around the outside. Minty Fresh takes the lead over Yellow from Mellow Yellow. Bumble, the captain of the Bumblebees, back there in third place, by the way, for the Oceanics. They're running their captain, Ocean. Midnight Wisps, the
This is like
championship
when you let
contenders,
little
have
league ball
Waspy.
team play against professional
Lead
teams.
is a quarter of a
That's
second
when you suck.
for the Midnight
Ah,
Wisps.
stop harassing me.
Compete over Heath High performance.
Pretty
Stop.
spread out. Who was that coming out of nowhere? Was that the Hazers?
I don't even want
Great
to watch this
speed down
anymore.
the back stretch there.
Pacers about to get wrecked.
This is one of those where you have a little bit of time, you can strategize, and the Rangers are doing just that. They're now up into 10th place with 11 laps to go. Midnight
Oh
Wisps,
my
big sweaty
God.
bullets here, seeing them climbing up the order. I don't know about actually on the track, if those competitors are keeping track, but certainly their teammates are watching the scoring pylon with nervous energy. Past the 7-minute mark in this race, this is so much longer than what many of these marbles have ever done in a competition like this before. Could make or break.
This is
who can manage their energy the best. A little
embarrassing.
shoulder from the Bumblebees separates
the
them from
fuck?
Balls
There
of
we
Chaos and
are,
Midnight
man.
Wisps. That's the new
Where's
order that they
that?
are in. Midnight Wisps falling down to 5th. Then Crazy Cat's Eyes,
We're gonna get
Oceanics,
lapped.
Team Galactic, Momo, and the O'Rangers. Crazy Cat's Eyes back up into 5th place, coming down the ramp and the backstretch. They are eyeing up Balls of Chaos in front of them. The lead nearly 2 seconds for the Minty Maniacs. Mellow Yellow, they will be happy with 2nd place, certainly, but they got to get there first. And they're going to be 1 length different with the Bumblebees coming off the belt. Bumblebees move to the outside, then back to the end. They put the Mellow Yellow team on the curbs, and they've lost it out. Little change up there. Mellow Yellow does get them back. Minty Maniacs still out in the lead as you see the start-finish line. The speed that they carry coming over it. It's a fine line to walk. How quickly will you try to enter the belt versus taking it easy. Bumblebees may have had a brief look into 2nd place, but they couldn't hold on to it. Minty Maniacs trying to get a full sector ahead of everybody else. This is a good battle developing, by the way. Mellow Yellow, Bumblebees, Crazy Cat's Eyes. And Bumblebees and Crazy Cat's Eyes get by Mellow Yellow, but Mellow Yellow gets them back coming out of the first sector. Down the backstretch, slightly more speed, but they enter that sharp left-hander a little bit worse for wear, and they fall back to 4th. The longer that these fight together, the bigger the lead is going to be for Minty Maniacs. Currently 3.44. That is a massive margin, but as you've seen, things can change dramatically. Minty Maniacs sitting in 4th. They can still get a podium in the overall. They just can't win the Marble League. They would love to end it with a medal and a podium if they can, though. Mellow Yellow fights off Crazy Cat's Eyes and gets by for 2nd place. Cat's Eyes up into 2nd. That was pretty surprising for them, I think, considering how this race could have gone. But they swing
it's
around
not
through the
Mountain
first sector
Dew.
and retake 2nd place, only
Cody.
to lose on the backstretch now. 3-second lead, holding for Minty Maniacs down into the final few laps, not just of this event, but of the 2020 Marble League overall. Team Galactic, our hosts, up into 5th place.
Or is that like a
Place
flavor?
they know well. Midnight
Are you talking
Wisps
about the
back into
fucking
6th. That's not
MNT?
gonna be enough
I
to
get
win
it,
them
okay.
this Marble League. Oceanic, Balls of Chaos, Momo, Savage Speeders, and the Rangers. Those 2 championship contenders have been lockstep for pretty much this entire race, even though they've spent a good chunk of it all the way at the back. Across the start-finish line here, 31 of 33. A 3-second lead, so it's come down by just a couple of tenths. As Crazy Cat's Eyes holds 2nd place. Mellow Yellow trying to stave off the Bumblebees. That might let Midnight Wisps right back into this, but it's far from over. They're going to need a mammoth effort if they want to make a charge at the championship. Savage Speeders are the tentative champions overall. A couple of laps to go. Mellow Yellow coming across. Bumblebees, Galactic. Galactic gets by into 4th place. Minty Maniac's lead is 3 1/4 seconds. It's a huge margin. They just have to keep it clean, and they're going to get a gold medal as they come across to begin the final lap. Crazy Cat's Eye, Mellow Yellow, Team Galactic, Bumblebees. Decent gaps between them. Is anybody going to make a move? Mellow Yellow will, and they'll take 2nd place. They've got a little bit left to try to get up to Minty Maniacs, but I think that lead is not going to be broken. The Minty Maniacs will win the marathon. Minty Fresh, by the way, the first double gold medalist since 2017, and Minty Maniacs, they do get 3rd overall, so they will auto-qualify, and it may be an unconventional 9th place, but the Savage Speeders are your 2020 Marble League champions. Jubilation for the Minty Maniacs. 25 points to them. Not going to matter quite as much as this gold medal. They know they can't win the Marble League. Blue Yellow, 2nd place. Crazy Cat's Eyes, 3rd. The teams are pretty happy about that. And for their efforts, the Minty Maniacs will have a $5,000 donation made in their name to the West Seattle Food Bank, courtesy of last week tonight. But the Savage Speeders are the winners of the Marble League 2020. Their 2nd victory after the 2016 Marble League. You obviously have to think that 9th place is not where they envision themselves being to come home with a Marble League championship, but they'll take it. Whatever, it's the overall result that matters most to them. And it's been quite a journey for the Savage Speeders, just jumping the O'Rangers after the last event, a brilliant collision performance, and then to get here and to bring it on home is exactly the way that they planned it out. One of 3 teams with 7 medals overall. That is a pretty phenomenal performance for all of them, just in general. Also, because the Savage Speeders are the overall winners, we've been doing $5,000 donations, but by getting a Marble League championship, a $20,000 donation will be made in their name to the International Rescue Committee. That is pretty amazing. Thank you so much. Last week tonight with John Oliver for sponsoring this. Thank you, wherever you may be, for tuning in. I'm Greg Woods. Until next year, so long, everyone. Enjoy the closing ceremony.
Well, this looks sick. God. Whoa!
He makes more money than all of us, but he doesn't give a fuck about any of us. He's money poppin', soda feels.